Wow. Wow, we got sound. All right. That was awesome. I don't know where the Metallica came from, but welcome. Welcome to Grog Talk. Hopefully you all can hear us. I'm James.
And I'm Dan.
I'm the disembodied voice because I'm working on things. And say hello to the folks here. Say hello, players. Say hi. All right.
Hello.
All right, great. Okay, we can hear you loud and clear. That's good. So I'm just making sure the stream is running. We are streaming. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Okay, so this is a special edition of Grog Talk where we're going to play live first edition Advanced Dungeons and Dragons. I'm now going to magically come into the scene, and yeah, that's what we're here for. So Dan, why don't you introduce what we're planning to do today?
So tonight we are going to play an adventure from Dragon Magazine. We will be playing Citadel by the Sea from Dragon Magazine number 78.
A classic.
A classic magazine and a classic adventure. So if this doesn't go well, it rests solely on me and James.
Correct.
Many consider this to be the best adventure from Dragon Magazine.
It's right up there.
It's up there.
At least for old school. I don't know if subsequent ones may have been better, but that is by far it was a great story, and it's a shame that the players won't get too much into it because they'll die horribly. But if they do survive, it's a great thing.
So that's fair. So we should give them a heads up, and many of our players may already be somewhat familiar with Citadel by the Sea, but just to give you fair warning, this one's a killer. It's for levels 1 to 3, but it probably should be more like 4 to 6. So, just to let you know. Is that fair, James?
Sure.
Maybe not 4 to 6? 3 to 5?
Everyone should be like third level, probably.
Yeah.
But,
they're second level.
Don't worry about it. These are great players. They'll figure it out.
And we had... That's an early night, James. We're done.
That's right.
And we have a party of elves and half-elves. And so that will, you all know each other, and that will make sense as when I describe the intro to the adventure. James, shall we talk a little bit about the backstories or the characters or anything like that?
Yes, we should.
Okay, so do you want to have the players talk a little bit about their backstory?
Well, yeah, so what I'd like everyone to do is introduce themselves, and then introduce their characters that they're playing.
And how about if we start with the prince?
Yes. So Prince, introduce yourself and your character.
Vanameld.
Hold on.
Oh, Prince, you're too modest. You're too modest, Prince. Okay, so that is Prince Vanameld. So how about next we go with Prodigal Preacherson? Excellent. Thank you very much,
Hold on
Queller.
just a second. I've got to. For some reason. Okay, who's doing that? Brian, say hi. Okay, then Corey, say hi.
Hello.
I think Corey can be heard, but not the other players. So let me fix that. All right.
Hey, Brian, did you bring your good dice tonight? Get the DM dice.
What I did, I took that adventure and I plugged it into Protectors of the Realm. So, yeah, it's going to seem familiar to you. I changed a few things to make it fit a little bit, but
All right. So
is this one of the ones that I died in?
It's all new to me.
I don't, maybe the monk died by the
Ooh.
spiders. I remember
Oh
Ed
yeah.
when he died in that
all right.
level.
So okay, you all should now be heard. Now I figured out what the problem was, so that's good. All right, so everyone, let's start with the prodigal again. Prodigal, give us your intro.
Yes. So, hello. I am the Master, His August Majesty, Baronet David William Schwab, the Greater Queller of the Greater Tampa Bay area. And the character I'm playing is Prodigal Preacherson, the half-elf cleric of Corlon Larithian. He is the son of the Elf King's chief cleric, and although he is groomed to take over one day, he loves to drink and go out bashing orcs in the middle of the night, and is sort of a dismay to his parents and the priesthood. But he is also excelling beyond the other clerics and has gotten to the lofty level of 2.
Impressive.
All right, well, congratulations. That's great. Good job.
All right, and so now how about pinches, jewels, and stuff?
Hello, I'm Brian, Captain General of the Light of Appalachia. I am playing second level thief, pinches, jewels, and stuff. I'm old and I'm thin. I have some addiction problems with drinking, smoking, and love potions of speed. And my awesome girlfriend, Gothy Bruden phase. So I basically, I'm petty. I'm a loser, but she loves me, albeit because of the filter of love. So I steal jewels and little things to give to her,
Everyone's
and so that's the life of the old elf.
everyone's so honest.
That's right. They don't.
Really honest.
There's no lies. There's no.
There isn't.
I get him to buy the booze for me because he's old enough.
All right, so now on that note, and then how about gruff? Just gruff.
Just gruff. Yeah, hello, I'm Corey, the Overlord, His Munificent Lordship Duke Heroic Butcher of Ottawa. And I am playing Gruff, the half-elf, maybe not quite half-elf ranger. He was raised in the woods by centaurs after his village was destroyed by orcs. He's a bit rough around the edges. He's not very attractive. He's missing an eye. He was when he escaped the village. His eye was poked out by one of the orcs, and he's missing a few teeth. And the teeth that he does have aren't exactly white. They're different colors of gray and yellow. And I like to go barefoot and wear hides for my armor.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, gruff. And we will have 2 NPCs played by James.
Yes. The females of the group. I will be playing Misty Ashen Oak. Let's see. Give it up for Misty Ashen Oak. Let's see if this works. There it is. Golf claps. Misty Ashen Oak is a druid of the second order, second level, and you know her as the niece of the Elf King, and she has a love of nature and animals, and that's all she tells you. And her close friend is Gothi Brudenphase. She has pasty white skin. She's very dour. The only one she has any talk and enamor to is Pinches, who reminds her of what she would want in an elfin man.
Isn't he a little old for you?
Possibly. Yes.
All right.
This is sort of Anna Nicole Simpson meets the oil baron kind of thing, except he's a thief.
And what, your religious affiliation?
Well, she doesn't like to mention it.
Okay.
She does draw spiders. She likes to draw spiders.
Very good. Thank you, Gothy.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you.
And she's pasty white.
Pasty white. Yeah, you think she spends a lot of time in the morning getting ready, and she'll look very gaunt in the morning, and that continues for most of the day, as if.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you very much, James. Okay. So I think we're ready to begin. Okay. So, gentlemen, the time of the elves is coming to an end. They are heading across the water to their haven. And you, children and relatives of royalty and boyfriend of a child of royalty, are heading to the port to leave across the sea and leave this world behind. You are traveling with Gruff. Gruff is your guide to take you through the wilderness and to your port where you will depart for good. As you are heading toward the coast, you all of a sudden see in the distance coming toward you some dust rising in the air and some carts coming. And as you get closer, you notice that there are several families pulling carts. They have their wives, they have their children. It looks like all their belongings are in these carts. And as you are approaching them, you hear shouting and yelling, and they're waving at you.
Go away!
Turn around while you still can. Turn around.
All is lost.
What do you do?
His Highness rides toward them rather boldly and leans down rather haughtily from his horse and say, "What do you speak of?"
Ah, you're here to kill us.
Look, it's an elf! It's an elf!
Elf!
It's an
Oh,
elf!
no!
Oh, get away!
God.
Get away!
Have you come
Stay.
finish-
Get the children! Get the children away!
No, murder the children. Save me. Oh, I mean,
No, save the children! And they're grabbing their children and they're shouting at you about they brought the curse. They've come for the curse. And another woman says, "No, turn around. It's not their fault. You need to turn around. Go while it's still safe. Do not continue down this path."
All of you speak nonsense. Be quiet. Be still. You, he turns to the woman who says that we're just innocent. What do you speak of? What curse?
So you speak to this.
And be quick, please.
You speak to this woman.
is she an old woman?
No, you notice that she's like, well, oh, right, yes. And her husband seems a little annoyed by the way she's looking at you, Prince. And the minute he grabs her,
charming.
throws her to the side and says, "Leave her alone. You're casting spells on her. You're cursing her just like you cursed the town."
Stand down, my good man. I have no interest in your wife. I merely wish to hear information. I wish to know of what she speaks. Now, please hurry. Me and my companions, we are in a hurry. Please speak plainly and clearly. What's going on? What seems to be the problem?
Oh, I know you know. I know you know. As his son hands him a pitchfork. I know you know. The curse of the elves, right? The elves have cursed the ruins, and it's back. It's back. A terrible plague has descended upon our town thanks to you elves.
Oh, this is foolishness. We elves have nothing to do with your human plagues. But you say that there is an issue with the local ruins. Do explain.
Come, children. And they start grabbing their children. They start leaving, and they're like, oh, you've been warned. You've been warned not to go down the path. Haven't we warned them?
They will
We
deal,
warned
and if he
them.
goes there, they'll deal with their kind.
Oh, foolish humans.
You will.
Be gone with ye.
You will.
It seems these ruins are in the direction we travel, Lord.
It would so appear.
It is. They are pointing. They've come down the road that you are taking, and Gruff, you would know that this is in fact the path to be taken to the port to leave and go across the water.
Well, if there is indeed some sort of menace, we should clear it out before the rest of our people come thence. Therefore, I believe this company should head over there and investigate and see what's going on to ensure that the others can pass peacefully.
I will drink to that.
Indeed, you would drink the most anything, my friend.
So as you are riding and drinking, you come upon more and more carts, more and more refugees from this town. Same reaction. They're very scared of you. Some are upset with you because you're elves. Others are frightened of you. And they're continuing to say these things that a curse has come, a plague has come to our town. You must leave. And you hear someone yell out to us, that nosy sage did it all. And they do a wide path around you and then continue on in the distance.
Does any kind of tactful prying gain any additional information? I'll say specifically asking about the sage and the myth or the curse.
So yes, Prodigal. So Prodigal, as you are talking to one of the persons as they are passing by you, they say, yes, it was a terrible cloud of gas, a death cloud of gas came.
A plague!
And that's what I heard anyway.
A plague!
You heard a plague, yes, a plague,
Plague!
yes, and we heard that there was an invisible light came from the heavens. That's what Jimmy told me.
Oh.
Did you hear that?
Oh, yes!
The light
From the
came
gods to the elves!
from this.
Oh my.
All is lost.
These humans speak of so much foolishness.
Yes, well, it is something afoot. Apparently, some mischief.
And so then they pass by. They're moving fast. Continue on.
Very well.
Okay.
Are we approaching this ruin they speak of?
Yeah. So you're coming upon the town, or what you believe is the town. And as you come to this town, it's a very small town, maybe about, I'd say about 30 or so wooden houses with stone foundations. And you hear a commotion up ahead. And you see that
Rabble.
a throng of people are in what appear to be the center of this town.
What are we to do?
Kill him! Kill him! It's all his fault! You hear shouted.
Let us move toward this ruckus.
Indeed. Let's find out what vexes these humans.
And so as you approach, you see that they have surrounded a man who is standing on a little stone center area, almost like a speaking area, a circular stone, maybe 1 foot high platform. And he's wearing a brown robe, and he's bald, and he has a beard, and he looks like he's about 60 years old, and he's waving his hands, and everyone is yelling at him. Probably about 30 to 40 men are there, and they have pitchforks, and they have swords, and they're yelling at him. He did it, you nosy. What did you do? It's all your fault. We warned you not to go toward the ruins. And he's waving his hands. It's not my fault. It's not my fault.
You did it. You opened the curse.
I didn't. It wasn't my. I didn't mean to. No, it wasn't my fault. Please be kind. And they're starting to move in closer and closer.
Lord, perhaps this is the sage that the one on the road spoke of. Do you mind, my chieftain, if I intervene and try to save this fellow?
My prince, actually. And yes, I do believe that is a good idea.
Yes.
Let us go forth and see what's going on here, and perhaps we can rescue this sage from what appears to be his imminent doom.
Indeed, I will throw the light of Corlon Larithian. I reach upon my talisman of blue quarter moon and raise it and say, "Those people, we have come to undo what has been done by right of Corlon Larithian. We need this man to have him amend the damage done."
And you hear the crowd, someone says, "Did somebody say something? Somebody back there?" And they turn around, and all of a sudden, silence. And they all back up from you. And they're like,
It's them!
"The curse is complete!
No,
The curse is complete!
We are doomed!
Leave!"
Yes.
And
Be gone.
kill them! Kill them!
Kill all of them!
All of a sudden, a rock goes flying over all your heads.
We are here to end the curse.
And you will leave, you will get out of here. And then
It is only the wisest wisdom that says that which causes must stop it, correct?
and they all sort of look and they go,
What does he mean?
what causes stops what?
Causes
No, it
that?
has to stop it
The
to cause
curse,
it.
the curse.
Um,
You don't want to stop it yourselves, do you?
Stop the curse.
How and you hear this the man
He talks like the sage.
he talks like the sage.
Kill
Kill
them all!"
them all! And the sage is waving. No, yes, they speak truth. They speak truth. Yes, let them through.
Yes. And he will be the one who undoes the bindings as it was written by Corlon Larithian in days of old.
And
I drink a sip of my peach wine.
so all of a sudden, somebody walks up, a man. He looks stronger than the others. And he says, "What a coincidence that a group of elves shall appear on the same day as the curse. I suggest you leave now and stay away from the ruins. You've only made things worse, and you will make them even worse if you go there. Be gone with you, or else."
Gruff will open up his mouth and give him a big yellow toothy smile. And say, "What is this curse you're talking about? What has happened?"
Well, that's fine. I did not realize you were with elves. Good to see a human amongst all these pretty elves.
Just let him be. Let him think.
And he walks over to you and he looks Gruff up and down. He says, okay, you would understand, I'm sure. So, well, if you see, there are ruins in the distance. Once was a great tower, and then the elves came and they cast a curse on the tower, and now the curse has been released. A great curse has come back. People have been dying. The plague is returning. All right, so I hear.
So I hear.
Well, I say we take this gentleman up on his offer. We'll take this sage, and we'll be on our merry way, of course, anywhere but those exact ruins.
Yes, it would be very wise for you to avoid. So you see, and he says to Gruff, he whispers to Gruff, you see, the nosy sage came to town to dig in the ruins, and he came and brought with him many people to dig, and they dug and they dug.
They dug too deep.
They dug too deep.
Deep.
They released the curse. We saw it this morning. One of his workers came to the outskirts of town.
Hideous.
Disgusting.
Oh,
Covered in green
fate
blotches.
worse than death.
And he said the curse has returned, and he warned us. He at least was honorable enough to do that, and then he wandered into the wilderness to die, and that is what we saw. I saw that. That's what I heard.
Ah,
Anyway,
that's
did
right.
you see him?
I heard what you said.
Oh, that's what I heard. What he said.
Right.
But that's what happened, and it
Clearly.
a light came from the sky, I believe.
Yes.
And yes, and so yes. Will you?
Well, we will take care of the sage. Let me talk to the sage and find out what he's doing.
Yes,
I will stop him.
we'll get him out of here, and we'll just be on our way and make sure that he never harms anyone again.
Yes.
Just a minute. And the mob starts yelling, "No, kill him! Kill him!" Oh, wait, stop.
Is it wise for us to take one who is carrying the plague?
Just disappear.
Does he have the
Let them
plague?
kill him. Yeah, exactly.
I think the mob is a little excited. Perhaps what's going on is not exactly what they think.
Yes.
We have spoken, and I have decided. We will allow you to take the sage. He's talking to Gruff. We will allow you. So yes, leader. We will allow you to take the sage as long as I have your word, your human non-elf word, that you will take the sage away from this place and that you shall not go anywhere near the ruins.
Only death will come if you go there.
Okay. I will take the sage, and as a human being that is completely 100% human, I promise.
And we will ensure that he himself does not take the sage to the ruins.
Yes.
Let us be off.
Yeah.
We grab the sage and quietly walk off with him as they're rambling. We'll get your stuff, but right now let's get away from all of the rabble. Let's go.
Indeed.
At least away from the crowd where they can't see us. By the way, what's the terrain like? Is it arid? Is it forest? Sorry. Ah, no worries. I can hear you, James. Oh, okay. Oh, Dan and James will be right back with us. He's having a technical difficulty, and they will adjust it thusly. You're welcome.
Yes, my daughter has confirmed they cannot hear you.
Can you guys hear me?
We can hear you.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Check, check, check. Now we should be able to hear us. Let's make sure everything is there. Okay, we're back. We should be back now. Everyone should be able to hear us. Okay, so While this is charging, I'll take that, Dan. We can continue.
Okay.
Does everybody hear Dan and James?
Yeah, you should be able to hear him. Can you hear us?
Check, check.
Yeah,
We can hear you.
Okay, good.
Yep, they're here. Check. Okay, so the terrain, to answer your question, the terrain is basically it's barren. It's pretty barren, and I tell you, so Gruff would know that the path continues south through the town, and it's barren.
There's no trees.
Very
or anything
few,
like
just
that?
sparse, and there is water to the north. So you were heading east, and the town is very close to the coast. So you would have water to the north, and then the trail continues to the south through town. So if you went south through town, you would be heading the direction that they were telling you not to go.
Well, we just get the closest way out of the town and out of their sight before we convene with the sage to see what's going on from this person.
Got it. Okay. All right. So you head out of town, and no one can see you anymore, and you're with this sage, and he is very thank you so much. Oh, how fortuitous it was for a group of elves to show up. Oh, I'm so thankful. You saved my life.
And now you can pay for our kindness and tell us what's going on here.
Oh yes. I'm as shocked as anyone. I didn't think the curse was real. I mean, of course. I mean that. It's just all made up, right? Of course it's all made up, right?
I don't know. Is it?
Well.
Is this something we would have heard of?
So all I know is all I know is I came here to do some excavating work. I'm an expert in Orcish history, and I came here to dig some pottery, to find shards, to find evidence of an old Orcish civilization. And yes, I was told by the townspeople that there was this rumor that there was this curse, but I just figured that was just an old wives' tale that they told their children to keep them away from the ruins, to not go there. But then, my assistant this morning while I was in town, he came back, and it was hideous. He was covered with green blotches, and he was yelling from a distance that he had uncovered the curse. The curse had risen, that a big black cloud had risen, and that everybody had died from this plague, and that we should all flee. It was very upsetting. I think we should go and find what happened to all of my men who came with me.
Are they at the ruins?
Well, I assume so. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I came here this morning to get some supplies.
How many men did you
I had about 40.
40 men?
Are you saying that we must vanquish an ancient curse of the orcs?
Oh, I don't believe any of this. I must tell you.
I believe Corlon the Rithian would be very concerned, so therefore I am as well.
Well,
and I drink from my wine.
Did you see any? Did you see any orcs? Were there orcs there?
No, orcs. What do you mean orcs? I mean, no. This is an old site. We were excavating. I saw pottery shards. I mean, I saw orc bone, perhaps, but
orcish pottery.
Yes. What? Yes. Well, oh. Yes. I didn't know you're interested. Well, okay. Thank you. I always welcome a good discussion of orcish pottery. So. Yes, in fact, so the orcish pottery that I was investigating, you see, so let me tell you a little bit about Jarwar Avignon. So, what?
No,
What?
enough. We're not interested in the orcish.
That's strange. That's unusual.
Yes.
Oh, okay. So, it's kind of hard to tell the story without talking about the pottery, but I'll do my best. Oh, sorry. Okay, so let me see. So I was searching for something, not pottery, apparently.
What were you searching for?
No, I can't say it. I want to.
Why not?
Pottery! I was told not to talk about pottery. I'm seeking orcish pottery.
Told by who?
What are you talking about? That one, the human. Or somewhat human.
Yes.
Come to
Continue.
your point, foolish man.
Well, I studied at one of the top universities. Outrageous! I completed my dissertation in 2 years on the history of orchid
I
shards.
can tell you are an
So-
academic. Now come to the
Okay, well,
point.
so the point is, so I was studying and researching, and I was in this library, and I came across some very interesting information. So I came across information about this Jarwal Avignon, which apparently was this well, of course you know about Jarwal Avignon. I mean, you're elves, of course, so I
Right.
don't need to tell you about Jarwal Avignon. So this was this, of course.
Do we know about this person he's talking about?
So you would have heard rumors about this place that it was, yes, the name sounds familiar. Tales tell of a citadel.
Ah, yes, my father told us, and my uncle told us many times of Jarwell. A great citadel it was. By the
Was this Misty speaking?
yes,
Oh,
was-
see, you studied hard. See, that's you. I appreciate a woman who studies hard.
thank you. It was a citadel by the sea.
Yes, that's exactly right. That's exactly right. She's right. And so what happened was, well, I mean, I know you know all about this, is
Oh.
of course it was maintained by humans, and then the humans declined, and they handed it over to the elves.
Yes.
And then, of course, the elves were then assaulted by the orcs, and they slew all the elves, just kill them all. Just kill all the elves.
That was a valiant effort made by such small amount of elves to defeat the evil hordes.
Well, perhaps.
Evil?
And then the
And that is why I go hunting, because my family is.
You hunt because you're an evil elf. You're disgusting. You murder innocent animals. You'll never be king.
Innocent, tasty animals, yes.
Disgusting.
Are some of you related? Do you know each other? So so the elves were slaughtered, a real bloodbath, and
Slain valiantly, if
and-
I recall from my history.
and I'm teaching. I mean talking. Sorry. And the orcs took over the citadel, and so the orcs, however, a plague hit the orcs, destroyed the orcs within a matter of a decade, and they was never heard from again. The ruins fell into decay and was lost to time. However, I was in a library and I was researching on Jarwal Avignon, and I came across some very interesting information about it, which led me to believe I could identify its location, somewhere just east of the town of Awad, which is where we just were. And which is interesting, I was there talking to one of the librarians, and I was overheard by a nice gentleman, a man of the cloth, who took an interest in what I was talking about, and said that he would be willing to fund an expedition to find Jarwal Avignon. And imagine my shock to find out that how lucky I was that this man just simply happened to be hearing this conversation. And so he funded it, and we traveled here, and we started excavating, and everything was fine until, well, now you know, until this morning. And my poor assistant, Cephas, I don't know what's happened to him, and I fear we should find him. Maybe
Where was your assistant working?
where was he working?
Yes, I imagine the ruins are a spread of old stones or whatnot. And he came to you poisoned or somehow maligned. Where was he coming from?
He was coming from the site, apparently, so I was in town. And because what had happened was, so I wanted to get some extra equipment in town. Because you see, what had happened was, I had found this area that had these shards, but it was very difficult to excavate, and I really wanted to get these shards out unharmed because these shards were probably from the leprous hand
Enough,
tribe.
Sharp.
Okay, okay.
Gruff does not like pottery. Please leave it out of the conversation.
Perhaps during the travels we could talk more of the pottery.
Oh, thank you. That would be wonderful.
That is a fantastic idea. Let us Chief. What is the proper way to address our commander here? Is it Lord? Is it Chieftain?
Your Highness.
Your Highness. Your Highness. Do you think we should look into this? It might be devilry of the orcs that we could find glory in sanctifying.
Well, indeed. As these peasants seem to be implying, there is some sort of danger here that could pose a threat to our people as they pass to the lands beyond the west. So yes, I do believe we should investigate and clear this out if we can.
Let us take this sage and move forward toward these accursed ruins.
Wait, we have to find. What about Cephas? He wandered into the wilderness to die. Aren't any of you clerics? Can you help him? Or don't we have to save him first? I mean, I appreciate all your desires.
Corlon isn't interested in saving those plagued by nasties such as the orcs. So I entreat upon my highness, we may find clues if we can save this fellow.
Agreed. Therefore, let us go hence to the ruins and let's investigate and see what we can find. And perhaps, my good friend, more of your workers are there and they may very well have taken ill. So we must go to the greater good.
Yes, more is more.
I guess that makes sense. Okay.
What was the name of the man that paid for your operation?
Oh, that was Cephas. Cephas Maximi. Very nice man. He was so interested. Unlike some people, he seemed to have a real fascination for orcish pottery. Imagine, I could not believe my luck. We talked all into the night about it.
Is he at the ruins?
Oh, of course, he was, yes, of course. Well, most of the time. I mean, he did seem to take long walks sometimes, but there was a beach down there, and I think maybe he was taking long walks on the beach. So, but so, other than those absences for, a couple hours, it's not much. I mean, he's young. The kids these days, they're not used to the hard work. But when he was there, he was always, he was doing a good job of directing people what to do, telling them, dig there.
We can assume that we're having this conversation while we're traveling.
Yes.
Correct?
Yes, indeed.
Just want to say we have someone from Malaysia watching our show. So how about that?
Very impressive.
Fantastic. Hello.
So let's step up our game, buddy.
That's right. Let's keep this going.
So any other questions?
World renowned.
So, any other questions for the nosy sage as you travel toward the ruins? And he is directing you toward the ruins.
I find it odd that a human lord would find much interest in shards and pottery.
Yeah.
I must wonder, what is his true motivation for funding this expedition?
Are you saying this within Cromard's hearing or no?
No, he's speaking rather quietly to the rest of his kin.
Yes, and I whisper amongst my kind as well that I think his story stinks.
Okay, so as you and Cromar bends poor Misty's ear the whole time, and that's why he doesn't hear you guys whispering, because he's just talking about orcish pottery to Misty. So as you approach the excavation site, you notice you see it is about like a 10-foot tall wall. So you don't see a citadel. You just see a 10-foot wall. And Cromart explains to you that they excavated that the tower, there had been a great tower there, according to legend, but that it has decayed and disintegrated over time, and that he explains all they found was just some evidence of basically the bottom floor of the Citadel, and they dug and they dug and they dug, and so they've excavated out just the bottom floor of it. And as you are approaching, and you are close to the coast, so you notice that on your left-hand side, you're heading east, on your left-hand side, you would notice the water and a cliff, and you notice the Citadel right up against the cliff. And you also notice when you're about 100 yards away, you notice that there seems to be a figure standing in front of the wall on the left-hand side. It's like the northern part.
A humanoid.
A humanoid.
And is the figure spotted us? Are they looking in our direction? What detail can we make out?
So all you can make out is that they appear to be around 6 feet, humanoid. They're not moving. They're standing. And I will tell.
What is? Sorry.
I was just say there's trees and rocks, sporadically, that there's enough places that you could get some cover if you wanted to.
Yes. Let us. I whispered. Let us take cover. There is someone there.
Okay.
Let us sneak upon them and spy and see what this is.
That's a cinch for pinch. I will go ahead. Gothy, watch how I do it. And he will volunteer to move forward, moving silently with his boots of elven
Please,
kind,
Scout, sir.
giving her a wink as he goes,
Oh,
acknowledging her birthday present.
you do you, Pinches.
I have this image of him like running from like rock to rock. so Pinches, yeah, you are able to get close enough, but you do not believe that you have been sighted. And what you notice is you notice as you're going from rock to rock, you notice that this looks like this once was a forest. You're noticing like remnants of trees. You're also seeing some foundations of houses long gone. And you also notice that this wall probably runs about, I'd say, about 80 feet?
Yeah.
80 feet from north to south, 10 foot high, as I noted, and an opening. The only opening you see is on the left-hand side, and it seems to be an entranceway into this floor of what once was apparently the Citadel. And the figure is dressed in furs and doesn't look quite human to you. Maybe orcish. You're not entirely sure. But he or she seems to be sort of standing guard.
All right, how far away am
You're
I?
about 40 yards away.
All right, is there any way that I can get closer and get a better look?
You could. It would come with
cover?
some risk. You could try to do it, but since it is for the trees and the rocks are sporadic,
Yeah.
it's going to increase. You're not 100% sure that you can pull it off, but maybe.
All right. So what I'll do, I'll load up a sling bullet and I will fire it into the direction to get this guard's attention away from me so that I can move forward closer and attempt to hear noise and see what I can see.
So where are you going to throw? So it's just like a diversion. Yeah.
Correct. And so a diversion so that my sling stone will plink off something and hopefully get the attention in over there so that I can go do something.
Sure. And you
else.
got some trees and you got some rocks. So what do you prefer, a tree or a rock is your target?
I think
Okay.
I want to hit a rock. I think it would make more of a noise.
Give me a D20.
All right.
What's a rock's AC, James?
A rock's AC or the tree's AC?
Oh, he says he's hitting the rock.
Oh, I'd say 10.
Okay. Yeah. So I would have hit armor class.
Oh, so okay.
8.
Yeah, you hit it. Clink.
Okay.
Dink.
Yeah. So all right. So yeah. So this creature, whatever it is, does seem to cautiously starts walking over toward that rock, and that would give you now. He's looking in that direction. That would give you an opportunity. You feel pretty confidently to get up closer.
All right. So, how close to the wall am I?
So you're also about 40 feet. So you're about 40 yards. You're about 40 yards to him and to the wall.
Okay. All right, so I want to move as close to that guard's position and to the wall, and see if I can get to the corner, peek around the corner. If not, then maybe I'll climb the wall if it seems relatively safe, and see if I can peek
And
over
while
the
you're
wall.
doing that, everyone else roll the percentages for me.
56.
71.
20. And what about Brian? Did you roll?
Oh no,
Yeah,
I thought
you
you
roll
just
as
wanted
well.
the others. Okay, so my roll. All right. 66.
Okay, so you notice, actually, the preacher notices that there are orc footprints around.
And I would recognize them. I hunt them all the time.
Yes, you know, these are distinct marks of orcs. Their footprints.
I whisper and convey this information to my compatriots.
Yes.
We're surrounded by apparently at least. Is there any? I'm not a ranger, but can I ask? I'm sorry. What's our ranger's name? Gruff. Can you tell the approximate numbers off of these prints?
Gruff comes over to the footprints, and he gets down on all, sticks his nose right into the print, and sniffs. Kind of looks around, sticks his tongue out a bit. Can he tell anything else about the prints? Can he tell numbers or direction?
So yeah, so he can tell that there's probably, it seems like there's about a dozen footprints, orc footprints, and they seem to be heading into the Citadel. So they've come from the south, and they seem to be heading toward the entrance of the Citadel. And so Pinches, just to let you know, Pinches, you were successful. You made it to a tree, which is right up against the wall, and this guard is heading back now to their post, but you are protected in terms of sight, line of sight, by this tree. And I think you mentioned that you wanted to try to go up the wall. You can go up this tree if you want.
Yeah, if there's no risk if there's minimal risk, I will climb the tree and see over the wall.
What is it? I know it's a tree, it's not a wall, but what is your climb walls roll number? Okay, so yeah, 86. I'll get you 90. So just give me a climb walls. I mean, again, I know it's a tree, so it's plus 10. It shouldn't be hard at all. Let's just make sure that nothing disastrous happens.
Oh.
Okay, yeah.
14.
So you are up this tree, and you're basically sort of hidden. You feel like this guard has not sighted you at all, and you look over the wall, and you see the whole sort of outlay of this ground floor of what apparently was the Citadel. And you do notice that right inside of the wall to your left, to the north, you do see two orcs that are standing in a passageway, which you would know immediately is a passageway that is designed to basically shoot arrows into that opening. So the guard is standing in front of a long corridor, and then you see a corridor right next to it with two orcs, and they're standing there, and they're sort of, it sounds like they're chit-chatting, talking to each other, and there are some murder holes?
Murder holes, yes.
All the way down this middle corridor, as if, to funnel people into this entranceway and then have orcs shoot at them.
Okay, I will climb back down the tree, try to position myself into maybe be daring enough to strike this orc from behind if I'm close enough.
Briefly, I whisper to the sage while this is happening. You have encountered any orcs while you were doing your excavations?
just or bones, not actual orcs. No. I mean, that certainly would have been very interesting. I would have kind of liked that because. Do you know the orcs they're very interesting orcs, so apparently I think they're misunderstood, frankly, because they were raised in very difficult conditions and they were forced to fend for themselves.
That is enough, Sage.
Sorry.
Just curious that you did not witness any orcs.
It's curious. It's curious that orcs are misunderstood. The many things are misunderstood. It's all the lies that we're told of people like Loth. She's not terrible.
Fassi, you're right. Yes, many people are misunderstood.
Right.
Right, I agree completely. Wait a second. But orcs. Wait, orcs. Cephas, and all of a sudden, he starts running. He starts running toward this.
Who's running?
The sage. The sage starts to take off toward the Citadel. What do you do?
We knock him on
Try
the
to
head
stop
with
him.
the. Oh boy. Yeah.
Gruff will run after him and tackle him.
Tackle him. Yeah. Subdue.
Okay, James handles the subdue roll. No, just kidding.
That's right. Roll percentages 300 times and take the average and square it and do the logarithm and give me a number. No.
And pinches. You hear a little bit of like commotion and dust in the distance, and when that happens, you sort of notice that this guard is sort of looking around. The one guard standing on the outside, which you now notice as he's gotten closer. He looks a little bit different than an orc.
He's bigger.
He's bigger. And he's got kind of bumps on him, and he's wearing fur. He's not wearing armor, and he seems to have no weapons. So Pinches, what you have is you've got three, right? You got two orcs down below in that little corridor with the murder holes. And then you have the guard.
Right. And so, Prodigal, you were trying to grapple him or pummel him? What were you trying?
Well, I'm not 100% sure, but I think subdue is where you knock somebody and they take like 25% real damage, 75% fake damage, and if they get knocked to zero, they're knocked out.
So you are gonna just strike at him.
To subdue.
Okay, well then we'll have to roll initiative because if you win initiative, as he tries to leave, you'll smack him. If not, you're gonna have to chase him.
All right, and I believe Gruff was also trying to tackle him as well.
Okay, was he gonna tackle him or try to subdue him?
Whatever Gruff says.
Okay.
Tackle.
All right, Prince, what are you doing while you're?
He's going to bark, "Stop that
Okay.
fool!"
So
and tries to jump
So
in
we
and
do
help.
initiative by what's called in the box. So from it's Gruff, then Pinches, then Prodigal, then Prince. Gruff, so you roll a d6. If you keep winning, keep rolling. If not, it goes to Pinches then. So I rolled a 3 for Cromwell. Okay, so he gets to move his 90 yards. He's running rapidly, and you guys are chasing. Now, I'm going to give you a chance, Prodigal, that he was close enough to you so you can get a swing at him as he runs by.
All right, and what's his AC?
Just roll. Let's see what happens.
All right, I got a +1 with my mace, so I got an 18
Oh, yeah.
modified.
You totally hit it.
All right. And it looks like the damage for small, medium is, oh my gosh, I had it right here. 2 to 7. So it's D6 +1, but remember it's subdued damage. Unfortunately, I rolled a 1, so that's 1 + 2 is 3. So whatever, 25% of 3 is the real damage.
Okay, so you did 3 hit points? Well, he stays by it, but he kind of stumbles back and goes,
What are you doing? Why are you attacking me? We must get in there.
Why are you running?
We must save Cephas. I mean, they're orcs. I mean, orcs have gotten Cephas.
yeah, so
You stop right now or you get hit again.
well, he's past you. He's running.
We'll figure
He
this
kind of stumbles back, but he's going on. So
He's still going. Oh, brother.
yeah, you did. You.
Yeah, the prince yells, "Hold, you fool! We don't know what's on the other side of that wall."
We continue after him as long as we're not within eyesight of any observers.
So Gruff, since you can get close to him, you can't get an attack. You basically now, if he wins initiative, he's going to keep running next time. If you win, then you'll get a chance.
I don't have missiles, guys.
Yeah. You and the prince are sitting back. The prince is screaming. Gruff, you're trying to chase him, and if you win initiative, you'll be able to tackle him or try to tackle him.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm gonna try and
Okay,
take
so
on his feet.
Pinches, you start hearing some commotion in the distance, screaming and ah! And so, Pinches, I'm going to say you're in the box now. So, as Dan has described, there are two orcs in this inner corridor and then there's this other larger creature which is outside, which is now fixated towards towards the noise, and is certainly has got his cowls up from hearing this. So what would you like?
Well, the gig's up.
Can we see pictures?
I'm gonna say possibly.
Okay.
I mean, you guys are a couple hundred yards away, so I'm gonna say you probably see him up there. So, Pinches, what would you like to do?
I can't hear.
Can't hear you, Pinches.
Oh, I'm going to take out the guard.
Which guard? The guard outside, or the two in the corridor?
Yeah, the one that's outside.
So you're going to basically kind of have to jump on him and try to backstab.
He should have surprise. The noise distracted him. That'd be nice.
Yeah,
because he's on the wall, right? He climbed up on the wall.
He's on the tree. He's
Oh,
right
he's on the
there.
tree.
He's on the tree. So the guard is
He's walking
in
around
this
there.
area.
Right.
So yeah.
Yeah.
So he could
Damn elves falling from the
he would
trees.
have a chance to come up behind him.
Well, your choices are, if you want to attack this round, you're going to have to jump on him. If not, you're going to climb down the tree and kind of sneak around him.
I'm going to do that. I'm going to jump from above, sword in hand, drop it down
Okay,
into his
very
skull.
cool. Prodigal, so you've attacked, and you see Gruff and Cromwell the Sage about 90 to 100 yards ahead of you.
Yes, and I was continuing after the sage. I don't know if I can charge.
Well, you're
Can you charge to subdue?
well, you can charge and attack, yeah, but you're still
Yes.
right now. You're 90. You made your attack, and you're behind.
I thought we were in the second round.
No,
Okay.
we're now declaring action for the second round.
Okay. Yes, I will charge to subdue.
Okay, Prince, you're with the Prodigal right now, and you were screaming at the other guy to stop, and Cromwell's continuing to move forward.
Well, he curses bitterly, draws a sword, and starts chasing after the fool, yelling, "Hold, you fool!"
Okay, and the ladies, Misty and Gothy, they have their weapons out, but they're kind of just they have their missile. Well, one has their sling out, and the other one has, what does she have on? She has her dagger. Actually, her staff, Lady Loath. She has Lady Loath out, and she will stay. She's like, don't hit the old man. He's barely alive as it is. So, and Gruff, I assume if you get a chance to tackle, you'll try to grapple him at this time. Okay.
Yes.
I will say you'll get your attack or you'll get an opportunity attack, assuming he keeps running. All right.
Okay.
So it's initiative. So Pinches, you roll. I rolled a 4.
2.
Okay, so he is going to keep running. So now you can get your grapple attack. I just used the standard book that shall not be named. Just roll a d20. Oh yeah,
That's
17?
wise for life.
yeah. You grab him and he kind of stumbles over, and you're now holding him down.
Yeah, I'll sit on him.
You've been sat on by an elf.
Unhand me.
All right. Actually, Pinches, you get to go. The guard is now moving towards, and he goes underneath the tree, and this is when you can drop down.
So, all right, is this +2 or +4?
It's at least +4.
Is the guard within line of sight of us at the moment while Pinches is dropping down?
Well, yeah, you can sort of see him.
Okay, there is obstruction. Okay, just checking. I just wanted to see if we've been spotted, that's all.
No, you've been heard, definitely.
Okay, very well. Thank you.
I missed horribly with a total of a 9.
Rolled a 9. Well, let me see. Where's this guy? Hold on.
No,
Oh, you
I
rolled a
rolled
4.
Oh.
plus,
Yeah.
plus all my modifiers.
Yeah, that's a
9.
little bit of a problem. Yeah, you missed. So you kind of fall behind him and you swing, and he kind of looks back at you and is kind of surprised to see you. So he's going to turn around and attack you next round. So you all, Prodigal and Prince, you now notice the guard, instead of moving towards you, is now you saw Pinches leap out of the tree, and it's very clear that the guard has not been spelled by Pinches' masterful stroke, but is instead now engaged with them.
Okay, so my question is, I was about to charge. Gruff sat on the sage. So as I'm moving forward, and I see this guard moving toward Pinches, can I just continue forward, and do I lose my charge for the 10 rounds?
Well, I'm
just...
going to say you can move forward, because right now it's a little bit of a fog of war, so you're now engaged with the guard. Okay,
and he's well within my movement range to complete the charge, or should I just get to melee this round?
Yeah, you're basically just running there, and that's your turn.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, I mean you've run over there. You were planning to attack Crowbar. Now he's not here.
He's subdued.
Right.
Yes, very good.
So
okay, then moving forward, perhaps the next round I'll get a strike.
Well, you're now right next to him, so you will, if you win initiative, you will attack before the guard does.
Fantastic.
And the prince?
The prince sees his foe and hesitates. Is this a battle? He kind of looks kind of a deer in the headlight. Not really sure what to do.
Pinches! We have
I think he needs to make us roll.
Gothy says, we have to help Pinches. My man is in trouble.
Come on, Prince.
I told you, and Misty goes, I told you he's worth nothing. He's all ears and no bite. Ooh, he's elven slang. She just threw at you. A lot of static. So, but they're with you. They even though they're complaining, they're not ready to fight. So okay, so it's the top of the round. Prodigal, you are in the box now.
All right.
You stand in front of a guard. This is clearly not an orc. It is definitely larger than an orc.
Large size, larger?
No,
medium.
just bigger.
Okay, bigger than an orc.
It's like a suit.
Anything I recognize as a mighty level 2 cleric?
No, just it's a super orc as far as you're concerned.
Sort of an ogreish orc. Okay,
very
well.
Possibly, yeah. Possibly.
All right, I'm going to roll then D6. My declared action is to swing with my boozer.
Just wait for
the name of my plus.
All right, just wait for a second. Let's find out what everyone else is doing. So Prince.
Yes, indeed.
He is going to try to get into melee, but he's hesitating. This isn't an animal. This is a creature. This is a intelligent creature. I don't know if I can do this. So he has to make a saving throw.
Yeah, he has to make a save versus paralyzation. Right, or be subject to.
You want me to go ahead and roll for it now?
Do we know about the prince's hang-up?
No.
Oh, brother.
You just found.
Well, he rolled a 10.
Okay, so he is
spell or paralyzation.
Oh, that's not good. It's paralyzation. He needed he needs a 14.
You need a 14.
So he is subject to the equivalent of a scare or fear spell, 50% chance of either.
All right, so roll 50%. Roll d6. 1 to 3, it's scare. 1 to 3, it's scare. 4 to 6 is fear.
Wow, this is embarrassing.
Yeah.
He rolled a
fear.
4.
Okay, so you are now running the other way.
Does it have a chance to drop stuff?
No, he has a chance of dropping something. I gotta check that too.
Or you want me to look that up?
Oh, brave Sir Robin.
Huh?
I will look that up. You gotta look it up.
Yeah, I got it. I think.
He ran away.
All
They
right.
may have no idea. They may just turn around and he's like gone.
You roll a percentage. You want to roll high.
Okay. I rolled a 61.
You just made it. You don't drop your items, but you are running back where you came from. And you will be running for a while.
He's going back to A1, the town.
What is that, like D6 rounds, D10 rounds?
The people in the town are really going to freak out. It's true.
It's true.
It's true. Run away.
It's big. It's scary. Yeah.
He's going to cause a panic.
So roll a d6.
Okay. I rolled a 1.
That sounds good.
Is that good or bad, James?
A 1? Yes, that's good.
Okay. Yeah.
I think that was the duration.
I hope so.
Yeah, so that's 2 rounds you'll be running.
2 rounds. Sorry, guys. Wish I could
you're
be of
running
more
back the other
help.
way. Next. Back to... So that's the prince. So now...
Pinchy and Gruff.
Yeah, so Pinches, what are you... Gruff, what are you doing? You've tackled...
Yeah, Gruff looks over at the prince running away and kind of shakes his head and grumbles elves. And he'll try and grab the attention of I think it's Misty and Gothy,
right?
Yes.
and because they didn't seem like they wanted to fight, so I want them to hold the sage.
Okay.
So let me just get this straight. The old man ran toward the
Right.
Citadel.
Right.
The prince ran away. Okay, I just want to make sure I understood
Right.
what was happening.
Exactly.
He went one way and I went the other.
There's scattering.
That's right. So, oh yes. Okay, Gruff. Yes. Help Pinches. Help Pinches.
I'll help Pinches. Hold this guy.
Okay. Come on, Crowmar. Let's let the fighters do what they do.
Okay, so that's the declared actions for
Yeah,
so,
and so that's and Pinches. You're going to attack now, or what are you doing? Okay.
Yes.
So now it's initiative. So Prodigal, it's on you.
All right, rolling the d6.
I rolled a 3.
We rolled a 1. Sorry.
Oh, okay. Well, now
Okay.
the creature has a choice. He's probably not going to attack the prodigal son. He's going to attack. He's going to attack Pinches, who dared to jump at him. What's your armor class, Pinches?
4.
I'm coming up behind him. I get a +2 for that.
Yeah, you'll get a help with that.
All right.
All right.
I doubt I'll survive this.
You may. So he's got two. Oh, elf, kill, murder, elf. AC 4, huh? Okay, he needs a 12. Ooh. Okay, I rolled more than a 12.
yes, you did.
Once.
Yeah, there's no crits.
No, fortunately, there's no crits because I rolled the 20. So, thank goodness for first edition without house rules. So there you go.
That's why Gary said no crits.
That's right. Oh, that's.
Oh. Wah, wah, na-na.
Yeah. It's
Good thing there's a cleric near.
yes, with the so you've taken 7 points of damage.
Oh boy.
Ooh.
Ooh.
That was quite a punch.
Yeah, it was a
You
punch.
stand.
As
You're
you lopped
still
your arm
standing.
off.
Yeah, I am.
Fantastic.
Barely.
What are pinches?
All right,
I
so
mean, he's frail as a holy wafer.
and of course now she's now Gothy's really screaming. Ah! Oh my goodness! They're killing Pinches.
Now she's getting in it.
Now she's like, don't hit him. So she drops
big
Crowbar and
beanie.
she's gonna start running.
You
Yeah,
big beanie.
yeah, she's gonna attack.
She
Okay.
jumps on his back.
She's running. So next is the prodigal. You get a +2 to your hit.
All right, and was I too close to charge the creature?
No, you're just making a rear attack now.
Regular attack. Okay, with +2. Thank you, sir. Okay, and I think I missed with the total modified of +3, which is a 6.
Total of 6. Yeah, that's a little.
Yeah.
That's a little light for.
Little light.
Little. Yeah, you.
I'm sorry, Pinches.
Your base attack. You need a 14. So.
Yeah, I got the chart here. I know I missed.
Okay, so the prince is running away. He's scary, rampant.
All right.
Gruff, you're now up on your feet and you're moving
Okay,
towards
six.
towards the guard. Is that what your action was?
Yeah, I don't know if there's too many people there. If I can, I'll charge. If not, I'll just try and close to.
What's your weapon
melee.
you're going to use?
I'm gonna pull out my battle axe.
I'm starting to have
I'll allow it. Sure. So just make your attack.
space required.
I rolled a 18.
That's a hit. That's a good hit. So a D8 plus your strength, and I think that's what he has.
His strength is 17, so plus
Okay,
1.
so you get
yeah.
+1.
Now, as I hit, I'm going to make a loud growling noise like a bear.
Nice.
3 total. 3 total damage.
3 total. Okay. It's more like a cub. Okay.
And Pincha swings with his short sword.
All right, Pinches, go on. Go on with your bad self.
$19 total for
2 points. All
of
right.
damage.
Well, you gashed him as well. So now 3 of you are engaging. All right. So so let's see. Now Gothi has moved up, and she has her staff, and she'll attack next round.
She's angry.
She's angry. No one hits her man.
I think Randall's in the box now.
Yes, Randall, you are in the box. You have this round will be your last round of fear.
What's the prince's name, Randall? Your character?
It is. Go ahead.
Princess Vanemeld.
Vanamel.
The
The Splendid.
Vandamel.
Vandamel?
Vanamel.
Prince Coward,
Vandamel the Splendid.
Okay.
Cowardly Mel.
Whoa.
Vandamel, I'm going to say for now.
All right.
I don't talk to the prince that way.
So, Gruff, Pinches, and Prodigal, are you doing anything different than attacking?
Climbing the
Okay,
tree.
you're going to try to back up and climb in the tree?
We'll
Yes.
keep the front upon the enemy.
Yeah. Well, we'll have to see. If he wins initiative, he's very unhappy with you. And plus, he saw you kind of buckle after being struck by him. So he's we'll have to see what happens. But your woman's with you now, so she's like, "I'm gonna kill you."
I do exclaim out, dirty, nasty face, come this way and fight.
Oh, okay.
He reminds me of that guy in, remember Raiders of the Lost Ark? That
Right,
big
right,
guy
the
comes
big
out
guy,
to fight.
by the plane.
Yeah,
right.
by the plane. Yes.
And I say it in Orcish.
Ooh.
Okay. Well, okay, great. So I think now, Randall, you're in the box. So I know what they're going to do. I rolled a 2.
You rolled a 2, and the prince rolls a 2
All right,
as well.
simultaneous.
Simultaneous initiative.
All right, so going back to front, Gruff, you can attack first.
12 total.
12. 12 total, you miss, if that's what your roll is.
Yeah.
Okay, then Pinches.
Climbing the tree.
Right, so you're going to try to back up, and we'll see if he attacks you. And Prodigal, you get your attack.
All right, so the last time I attacked him, I was behind him. Is he still not facing me?
Yeah, I'll say that.
All right, cool. So I'm going to attack. I'll get, I rolled the same thing. I rolled another 3.
That's why I'll give you like +7.
Sorry.
I'll just keep giving you pluses. That's why. It's no problem.
Oh, you don't have to do
No,
that.
I was kidding. I was just I say
Okay.
but now Gothy goes.
Has it ever happened that a party didn't make it into the Citadel?
I don't know. Oh, Gothy's missed. She's so distraught. She's like, "Oh, good, you're run, my darling, run, run away like a prince, run away like a prince,
And then the guy's like, where is he?
run like him, break like the wind."
Run like the
Run
wind.
away.
All right, so he gets to decide. I'm going to say, because you Pinches, you dared to attack him first. You're 1 to 2, and then the rest of them are 3, 4, and 5, and 6. I'll reroll. 3. All right, Gruff. You hit him with the battle axe, so you've got his your bear attack has awoken him. What's your armor class?
8.
8. Well, that's exciting. You know what he needs to hit you?
It's like
Your armor class.
Oh,
8.
no.
Oh,
Whoa.
6.
He missed.
He was like so confident. He went woof, and he swung right past your head. Let's see if the other.
overshot.
Oh, but the other one hits
Boo.
for a 5 point. He strikes you. You were so surprised that you missed his right hand. You kind of overcorrected and got clocked in the face for 5 points.
Oh my gosh. 2 hits.
He,
for 2
he
attacks.
knocked out some teeth.
Okay.
he thinks Gruff's a friend.
He's not making me. Maybe he'll make me prettier.
He's like,
Yeah, it might make him look better.
he's confused as to why Gruff. He doesn't know
they're
why
yellow
Gruff is
teeth.
attacking him.
Right.
He's confused.
In the distance behind you, you hear in Orcish, "Intruders! Intruders are coming!" And
Great.
What's going on? And the intruders, what's going on out there?
the old man and a bunch of elves are out here, boss.
Ah, okay. So yeah, so Pinches, you hear that. So because Pinches was heading toward
Right,
these,
he's
right?
climbing the tree, right?
So yeah, you're hearing, it's intruders, are there intruders? You hear it in Orcish, them yelling at Pinches.
So simultaneous. So Prince, you are now stopped. You've regained your composure. You are back in the town. No, I'm just kidding. You are you know,
240 yards.
you're it's going to take you can start walking back. I mean, you've run for your life for 2 minutes. So you're going to take you a little bit. You can start walking back and then you can run the next round, but you can start moving backwards. Or you can do whatever
Yeah.
you'd like. I'm just saying you can't run back full.
He turns around in utter humiliation, realizing what he's done. He realizes that he has soiled himself. And now he has become fury itself. He is seething in absolute anger and hatred that he showed that he was a coward in his first fight, and now he seeks revenge.
Nice.
Wow. Yes. A very
like it.
special episode.
A very special. I love it.
Until the next combat. Okay, so has everyone declared?
Well, there. I assume you all are attacking.
Or did I climb the
Hopefully
tree?
it didn't have
Yeah,
any break-
and so
my roll.
Pinches, yeah, you hear these 2 orcs are saying, "Ah, intruders!" They're sort of shouting, there must be intruders.
Yeah. Go ahead. Make your.
And I can see them.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, you see one. So what happens when you climb back up? One has moved into the room that's adjacent of this corridor, and is screaming out towards in the courtyard. And you hear voices somewhere in the courtyard talking back to him in orc.
These orcs seem pretty set up for just having arrived.
Can I get to the wall?
Yeah, you can jump
tree.
over this round. Yep.
Well, I just want to get on top of the wall so I got
Yep.
feet under me and use my sling stones.
Yeah, you
for
can do
sling
that next
bullets.
round. So that's so Prince
Okay.
is coming back. Gruff, you're attacking, I assume.
Yes. Yep.
Pinches, you're going to want to now jump over onto the wall and attack with the sling. And Prodigal, you are attacking.
Indeed.
Okay.
Hopefully still from behind.
Misty has moved up as well, and she's obviously very happy that Prince Vandenwald disappeared. So she's coming over, very pleased with herself. She's like, I must help my compatriots. And Gothi, now seeing you safe, will retreat back and let the fighters and the strong elves do their thing. So it's initiative. Prince, you tied with me, so you get to roll again.
Okay.
I rolled a 2.
He rolls a
All right,
5.
you guys, one initiative. So you are walking back, seething with rage. Gruff, you get to make your attack.
That's a 7, so that's a miss. this
That's a
time.
miss. Pinches, or who are you slinging at?
One of the guards on the.
Okay, yes,
other
you're on
side
top of the wall, and obviously when you start slinging at them, they'll be able to see you. So, okay, make your attack.
Right. All right. Yeah,
All right,
that's
you've
not
missed.
good. That was yeah. That was yeah.
Okay.
That's a miss.
Okay. All right, Prodigal, you go.
Does he need to
Here
make
we
a
go.
dex check off the wall?
All right. Prodigal made a 6. Rolled a 6. Sorry, that's a
A
miss.
6, that's also a miss. Okay, so
Yep.
the orcs see you up there, and they go, Elf! And they start shooting at you. So I'm going to give you some cover, because you're kind of, I'm assuming you're not like standing up and like, making yourself announced, but they're only going to get one shot this round, because they were barking orders, and all of a sudden this rock came down, they look up and they start shooting. They're breaching the tower. They're breaching the walls. So there's 2 orcs. Very exciting. They have short bows. So what's your armor class, Pinches? 4.
4.
Well, that's better. 18.
With some cover,
Yeah.
hopefully.
Cover. They hit you with an 18 and a 3.
All right.
So they hit you once. One guy hits you. The guy you try to hit, he hits you.
All right.
No, I haven't rolled the
damage?
damage. No, I'm sorry. You took 6 damage. It
Oh.
was a good shot there. Yes.
6 damage. All right, that puts me
Oh.
to -5. I'll fall off the wall, and I'll probably
Yes.
take 1d6 of
Yeah,
damage.
you can roll
I'll
your
hit the
D6. You
ground.
can roll your D6.
Pinches.
Pinches is out, and
Oh.
6 damage for the fall.
Oh,
minus
no.
11.
Gothy.
Goathy's like, no!
It happens in slow motion to her.
No!
No coming
Now
back from that.
I can hear Celine Dion in the background listening to that. So let's just recount. In a valiant effort to save your party members, you slung at them, missed, and the orc turns around and Boromir's you as you falls off the ledge there. Okay.
Boromir.
All right. Well, we'll deal with you in a second, Brian. Unfortunately, that's what.
Thanks for
That's
coming.
what- that's
See you
what-
guys
well-
later.
Well, if it's TPK, it's early enough we can start it
That's-
over again.
That's right.
It's
So-
a rewind.
So you guys won. Gruff. So now it's the guards' turn because you all missed. So Gruff will. He's going to attack Gruff. You with the battle axe. He feels like you're the most scary creature. What the armor?
He's the only one who's actually hit the guy.
Yeah, I think so. I think someone else hit him too. Pinches took it.
Pinches took.
Oh, Pinches,
took
you
a
got
couple
you
points
got
off
him
it.
in the
And your AC 8, Gruff.
Yes.
AC 8. Okay. So yeah. All right. That's a miss again. And let's see the second attack. Oh, that's a hit.
This guy's magic.
You take 2 points this time. It was a glancing blow. You're starting to figure out his combo, his left left combo. All right.
Not in the face. Not
Well, they
in the
always say
face.
if Gruff can make it through the first few rounds, he's gonna be good.
Right.
Right?
That's right. So okay. So it's initiative. Prince, you can now start running back as your declared action. Or what would you like to do? The only thing you notice. The only thing you notice is Pinches in the distance fall in a way that normally you've not seen Pinches fall off. That's disturbing how he fell off. It doesn't.
Sort of head first.
Go.
Can he charge?
What if this?
Can he charge back?
Oh.
You can run as. I mean, it's going to take you. You fled at full speed, so now it's going to take you
Okay.
around a little more. It's going to take you around to get within, and then the next round you can charge. So this.
Okay, so that's
Yeah.
what he's going to do. He's running
Right.
as hard as he can, and boy, when he started,
Right, that's you.
That's him.
I gotcha. All right, Gruff. What what you doing?
I'm gonna swing my axe again.
Okay.
We gotta take out that guard.
All right. Prodigal.
I'm gonna not roll a 3.
Okay. And Grothy has decided what she's going to do. She's going to stand up and she's going to cast a spell. She's angry now. Very powerful. All right, so initiative. 4.
Who's in the box?
Princes. He won last time.
Yep,
Okay.
I am up. So let me roll my dice.
Powerful spells she has.
He rolls not so good this time. A 2.
2. Okay, well, Grothy has so basically it's Gruff or Prodigal. 1 to 3, 4 to 6. He's getting tired of beating up Gruff, so he's nope. He's going after Gruff still. 12's a hit. Unfortunately, let's see if he lands the second hit. Oh, he does. Ooh, this is not good. The first strike does 5, Gruff. And the second
Oh, the horror.
the second strike does 7.
Oh no.
It's one guard.
So you take a total.
Well,
take a total of 12.
We valiantly faced the guard.
Gruff is
The
still
first-
on his feet.
Oh, good.
Wow.
Oh boy.
Wow.
All right, so
He's like Jerry Cooney.
that's right.
He's not going down.
Fraser's going down. No, he's not. Okay, so that's what you hear from that. So Prince, you're running full speed back. You see Pinches on the ground. Apparently something terrible. He's not moving. You see the rest of your party has surrounded this larger orc, and including Misty and Gothy. So Gruff, you can make your attack.
Gruff lets out a growl.
Do it.
Roar! AC 10, I hit.
Oh well, that's not quite enough.
Oh.
So you're stunned by the flurry of blows that you're being struck at. Apparently, it's making you punch drunk.
He would have hit if that guy didn't have those furs.
That's right. His first. All right. So Prodigal, you're next.
All right. Oh God. A miss. I don't even want to say what the number is.
So Goth is like, "Get out of my way, you idiots! We're gonna."
Wait.
So she comes forward and she extends her hands and flames the guy. Ah! And he takes damage from a streak of flames that arc from her hands. He's
Apparently didn't charge my dice before the game.
yeah.
I rolled a 2, by the way.
Nice.
They know we can't see what they roll,
I
right?
did
Right.
roll a 3.
That's right. That's what's great about these people.
They're so honest.
They're right. They don't want to cheating. Is if you want to cheat, then just play.
Right.
Play a game. Play a video game. So, all right. Misty is now. She has pulled out her scimitar. She pulled out Twig, and is going to attack as well. Since we're all going to die. She's terrified because she's actually never fought anything before.
Thank
Now you tell
for
us?
the NPCs.
And it's clear she also
How
misses.
does this work?
That's right. In fact, poor
Turn around.
Prodigal has to swing down. Is
The handle's at the other end. No. Turn it
No, it's-
around.
The dice don't lie.
all right. So it is. I believe it is initiative. So, Prince, you are not in the box. It's now gone back to Gruff. Gruff, you are in the box. You've been hit a number of times. You're not feeling that great, I assume. What would you like to do?
I have to keep swinging my axe.
Okay. Pinches will remain dead. Prodigal, what would you like to do?
Well, I was talked out at the Cure Light spell memorizing, so I'm going to have to... you know what? I'll bust out the scroll and cast it on Gruff.
Okay. And both Gothy and Misty are just going to attack. They're like, clearly this is the end. This must be the final battle. I mean, clearly.
This is the boss fight.
Clearly, after we finish this must be the demon that is
Move on. We've liberated.
liberated the town.
Let it
We
out.
made it to the first encounter, guys.
All right.
Stop the curse.
The curse will be lifted.
There's more.
All right.
Yeah.
Beat this guard.
Elvis Heroes.
Maybe the siege on Joel Avignon was a slaughter. Maybe
No wonder the elves lost.
that's right.
Maybe we should have listened to all those villagers.
Yeah, really.
All right, Gruff, you're in the box. What'd you roll for your initiative?
A 5.
We're tied. It's simultaneous. So, all right, Gruff, you get to go.
How long does it take to read a scroll?
About 5 segments.
Okay, thank you.
Gruff rolled a 4.
That's a miss. All right. So, Princes, you have charged, so you can make your attack.
All right. So I am at a
Two.
plus
Plus
2 from
plus
the
whatever
charge.
other pluses you have. Correct.
That'd be
Oh, I got a ton of pluses.
so awesome if the prince
And-
took him down.
All the pluses.
Oh, and he felt that one. Let's see. I rolled a 12 plus 2 is a
Yes,
14.
that's it,
My
man.
strength makes it a 16. My sword makes it a 17. And I'm an elf that makes it an
You
18.
hit. All right, roll your damage. It's a
Yeah.
All right,
medium-sized
let's
creature.
see. That is 6 plus 3 is 9,
Ah.
plus 1 from the sword is
So
10. 10 points of
as the
damage.
pitched battle, Gruff is being pummeled a number of times, and he's like, I think this is it. This is really going to be the end. And just as the giant, large orc smiles, you see a sword protrude out of his chest, and blackish blood spews out, and he falls back falls back on the blade of the prince.
Our mighty prince has vanquished us.
Hopefully not vanquish you.
And right as that
Vanquished our bad reputation. I mean.
And as that happens, you hear, those of you, I think everyone can understand Orcish, you hear from inside the Citadel someone yelling, "We got it! We have defeated the intruder! We have slain the intruder! We shall go retrieve his lifeless body."
Uh-oh, everybody, hide, quick, grab the sage. They think they think that Pinches is the only intruder.
Okay.
Hide behind something, quick.
Okay, so there are those trees that were next to where Pinches fell, that were next to the wall, or are you going to kind of back up a bit? You have to either go forward or back up.
I go forward behind the closest cover.
Okay.
Everyone else.
All right. So while we do that, Brian, which character would you prefer to play? Misty?
Do I get to cast the scroll on?
Yes, you get to cast roll the d8. Yeah.
Right. That was a cure light. That's 4 points for you, sir.
Thank you.
I'd prefer to play the druid. I like druids, but however, I think it would be fitting for me to play Goth.
Okay.
The broken-hearted, distraught lover of Pinches.
So child lover or elf child lover. She's not. She's a teenager, but
How far down are you, Gruff? Do you need another hit after we can convene after hiding?
All right, so you go send that sheet to me.
I'm working on that right now, sir. Yep, hold on. So you're going to play Gothy?
Okay.
Gothy?
Yeah, and her action is to grab the body of this 80-pound elf and drag him away.
Okay, so you're heading away from the Citadel.
Well, we're just trying to hide because they're coming for his body, and she wants to
No.
protect it.
Okay, so you're.
But that's the.
Okay, so you're hiding at an area away from where he fell, not the trees, not the trees next to the Citadel.
Leave the body. Leave the body.
Oh no, there's too much valuable things there. She's got to do the proper thing and.
And as this is happening, as you're looting the body of your dead boyfriend, you hear from the other side in Orcish, "Grilla, are you there? Can you bring the body?"
All right, it's in the chat there, Brian. The main chat.
Okay.
I returned in Orcish in a really gruff voice. Yes, it is heavy. I will bring it.
Excellent. Bring the trophy to us. Bring my trophy. And you hear another orc say, "You mean my trophy? I killed him.
I killed the pointy-haired one.
We'll see. That was my shot. That little.
Your shot. You'll see. It's my arrow that felled the demon."
Right, while they're arguing, we have a little bit of time, guys. What do you want to do?
Well, Gothy is going to, if any of the potions survived. I don't know if.
Well, we're gonna have to roll because you did.
Make
right,
a
question
roll.
was.
You fell off a tree.
Yeah. So what?
How far up were you anyway?
10 feet.
10 feet.
Oh yeah, it's complete.
What are you looking for?
So I had 3 potions.
So for those playing at home, if you haven't played First Edition, if your player character fails their save, quote unquote, or does something that exposes items to danger, aka dies and falls, you're supposed to roll for the items. Technically, you're supposed to roll for everything, but this is a fun game, not a hardcore be a jerk game. But you could, as a DM, if you really wanted to be terrible, because it says in the DMG, we're making a quick side thing for those who've not played First Edition. You go to page 80, you look under fall. This assumes a fall of about 5 feet and comes into contact with a hard surface. You can give a +1 if it's a softer surface. For each 5 feet above over the first 5 feet, subtract 1 from the dice roll. So isn't that exciting too?
Mm.
So if it's like a 100-foot drop, it's like minus 15, which is insane. Okay, so the only thing we're going to roll for is your potions, right? Everything. Was there anything other thing that's fragile?
No, maybe my water skin that's full of cheap elderberry wine.
All right,
was
so just
first. Other than
So
that,
let's do the potion. The first potion.
Okay. All right, 2 potions of speed first, and then a potion of invisibility.
Not the
So the
elderberry
speed-
wine.
Yep. So this will be speed. So 2 for speed. An
18's
18,
good.
and then a
4's
4
not good.
invisibility.
Yeah, that's smashed.
8. So 1 potion of speed
Yeah.
survived.
Okay, so there you go.
What about the
The
wine?
wine smashed open too.
Oh.
In fact, there's it's like a Red Bull and vodka in the on the ground.
Lick it
That's
up,
right.
someone.
It's like red.
Oh, the horror.
So okay.
All right, so bring all right, bring around.
Hey.
Hey, my trophy. I want the head.
Yeah.
I want the head.
We're gonna. I guess Elf's on the menu again, boys.
Ah.
Again, guys, do you want to hide and try to ambush them once they figure out this guy's not coming back, or do you want to try to like move forward in a different way, or do we need to reconvene somewhere?
Right now, what you all took the body and yourselves, and you've moved behind the tree or something. Is that
Back of it.
Yeah,
back
back
a
up.
bit.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, as you do that, and Gothy, you said you were searching pinches and finding anything valuable and start acquiring it. Is that correct?
Right. So yeah, that one of the potion that survived, and the boots of
Right,
elven
that she would
kind.
know she had. Also, you know your spells. You have 1 spell remaining because you cast Burning Hands. Your other spell is Detect Magic. Congratulations.
All right. Awesome.
And you have a body of a largish orc-like creature
Right.
with fur, wearing fur.
And you hear, what clears is at least 2 voices are emerging from the Citadel.
Missiles, ready?
Yeah. How far are we from the entranceway that they would have come?
Probably about 50 feet.
Yeah, something like that.
And they're expecting you to appear.
Yeah, if you're about 40 or 50 feet away, 45 feet. You're
Well, they're expecting their friend.
Correct.
The prince, who's still panting really hard, says, "Try to tell them we need help to carry the body."
This body's really heavy, guys. In Orcish, this is a fat elf. I need some help.
So, average intelligence on the low side, so that would be a what? A
6,
8?
7. Well, now we have to look it up.
Hmm?
We have to look it up.
Yeah, I think it's about an 8.
It's right there. There you go.
Yeah, I had it right there. It's a tie. One says, they need help, so we should go out there.
I don't remember Gruck sounding like that. That sounds weird. He sounds weird.
It sounds normal to me. You got to get that fat elf. He was kind of fat, wasn't he? Now
Yeah,
I
but
think about it. Wasn't he fat?
No.
Let's go. All right.
Gruck would never say fat. He would say obese. He's from the sun. He's a
I
southern
don't
orc.
understand
He's
what
a
you're-
southern orc. He doesn't use fat. He doesn't.
Okay. All right. You're an idiot because
You're stupid.
That's him. And if that's him, that must be his voice.
They
What
don't
you
use that
understand?
word.
Listen to me. Logic. That's him.
No.
Therefore, it must be his voice. You idiot.
Are they yelling loud enough?
Oh yeah, you
Oh,
hear
yeah.
it. Yeah, they're walking towards you and they're arguing about this.
I don't know.
Oh, okay. So they're actually coming toward us. Okay, yeah. So ready to spring that ambush, guys. Let's do it.
All right.
Yeah. Vandermelt's going to move to the side. When they come through, he's just going to crash into him with the sword.
He doesn't have to. He
Lop
only
their
has to
heads
save
off.
the first time he attacks, right? That's his.
But he can say it's off the
And
wall.
Huh?
as soon as my highness acts, I will also attempt the charge.
Now he only has to do that the
That's what
first
we
time
said.
he
That's
gets
what we're
into
saying.
combat,
Yeah,
right?
I was being funny.
Oh yes, correct.
Okay.
Okay.
I was gonna say that would. I was
Okay.
being a little. I wanted to see. I was being a little facetious. So no, you don't have to do that multiple times. Now
Okay.
you will not be able to charge
Okay.
again. You charged already, so it's.
Oh, the attempted charge would count
Yeah.
it. Okay,
It's-
just
yeah.
checking. Okay, fair enough.
It's only 10 minutes has been so.
Yep. Okay, it hasn't been.
But you can stand next to the prince on the side of the wall when they come in and make the jump on him. So you're not gonna get automatic surprise, but you are gonna get surprised because they know someone's there. They just are not gonna expect you all. So
So we'll get a roll.
you'll get a great roll. Okay, Gruff, what are you doing?
Yeah, I'm gonna go over there too by the doorway or whatever, and get ready to
Yes.
swing my
So
axe.
the way to envision it is there's this wall, and hold on. There's this wall, and they're coming this way. You all are lining yourselves up here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Misty will be with the body, and she has her sling out. And if any of them run past you, she'll sling. And Gothi, what are you doing?
She's getting those boots off and putting them on. Also taking the sword that
That Pinch's had.
Pinch
okay.
has had.
All right, great. So now,
She's
Sorry,
busy herself.
James. While we're preparing,
yeah.
I am preparing to attack, but I am also handing Gruff a potion of extra healing.
Okay, you can do that. That's not a problem. I got no issue with that. Sounds good.
Can I quaff some of that down right away? Or
No, you'd have to do that. You either can be prepared for them to come, or you can drink. Which one would you like to do?
okay, I'll be prepared for them to come.
All right, hold on. I've got to update that you are not Pinches anymore.
Yeah.
Not Pinches. Pinch. All right, there we go. Can you turn up your mic? Sure. Thank you. We can do that. Hold on. Yeah, our mic's crapped out. Oh, what happened to our mic? Let's see. Check. Oh, there we are. Okay, great. Hold on just a second. I gotta fix that. It's the joys of live pay. Gain. Yep. All right. Hopefully that's better. Check 1 2 1 2. Check. Hopefully that's better for you guys out there. All right. So
I'm going to be mourning Pinches for a while.
yeah. So I'm going to roll surprise for them. So you all. So the way I do surprise is everyone still can be surprised, but they have just a much better chance of being surprised. I'm going to say they're surprised in a 1 and 5.
Okay.
And you are still surprised in a 1 and 2. So who's in the box? Gruff, you were in the box, right?
Yep.
All right, Gruff, roll a d6. You want to roll high. 5. Oh, that's good for you all. What'd you roll?
1.
Do you roll a 1? Okay, that's okay. So they rolled a 5. You rolled a 1. So they're still surprised for 4 segments. So you have 4 segments to do things.
Oh, you guys do it in reverse. Fair
Right. Well, if it's tied, you subtract.
Yeah.
You subtract the 2.
Sure.
So you have
Okay.
4. You have 4 segments. Okay. So,
Smacking for 4 seconds.
well, yeah. So we're basically going to say they appeared, and so Gruff, you can attack 4 times if you'd like.
Yeah.
Well, I'm basically saying they come around and they see you and they're like, oh god, and you're like, oh, they're here, and you whack them. Go ahead, make your attack.
I can attack.
Yeah, after Gruff goes.
Sure.
Do you want me to roll?
Yeah, 4
in
times,
a
4
row, or-
segments. They may be dead before you even, or maybe not.
2 misses. Oh, 1 hit. 6. 1 hit. I got 1 out
Okay.
of the 4.
Thank you, Dungeon Masters. You are kind.
They're giant.
No, they're
boss,
not,
right?
unfortunately.
Oh, okay. 4 hit points of
Okay.
damage.
Okay. Next is so in that 4 segments you have that's not a whole round. So you've taken the boots off. You're doing your thing, Gothy.
Right.
But obviously you have a jump on that. You hear the sound of combat. Prodigal, you're next. You get your 4 attacks.
All right, I'm gonna roll. And do they have the same number as the other guy?
No, they're actually a little bit worse.
Oh, you mean better to hit?
They're hard. They're easier to hit for you.
All right, cool. Okay, so first off, got an 18 modified.
That's a hit.
Second, I got a 9 modified. I got a 6 modified and a 9 modified again. Sorry, one of those got in, I think.
Yeah, the first one did. All right, so roll your damage.
All right, so that's going to be a D6 plus 2 because of the magic mace, the boozer, and that's going to be a total of 5.
All right, so both of your flurries of blows fell the first orc. I told that. And he succumbs to his wound.
Hopefully the smart one.
Yeah. So Prince, it is your turn. In the box. So you get You see your compatriots attack 1, and now there's 1 for you to attack. So make your 4 attacks.
Okay, so first swing. I roll a 14 plus 4 is an 18. And he takes 8 points of damage from that one.
Where they specialize in a flurry of blows, you're very efficient in your killing. You, as the one sees his compatriot, focuses on him being killed. All of a sudden, your blade strikes true, and his head just separates from his body, and he slumps down.
Amazing, Your Highness.
Indeed, Heartthrob has claimed his second kill.
Good show. I take a sip of peach wine in your glory.
Indeed, you should.
Okay, so you are now standing in the entrance to this corridor that runs into the Citadel. That's as much as you know, because unfortunately the only person who knew about it is now not with you.
Cannot speak, yes.
And what we're going to do is let's just take a quick 5-minute bio break and drink break, and this will be a good time. You guys can come up with strategy, and we will see everyone in 5 minutes.
All right.
And now, before the next show starts, let's enjoy an intermission. You'll find our snack bar chock full of good things to eat and drink. Tasty, tempting hot dogs, thirst-quenching soft drinks, fresh, crunchy popcorn, a complete assortment of delicious candy, and a full line of cigarettes. You've plenty of time, so visit the snack bar now. A tasty treat will double your enjoyment of the show.
Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.
Delicious things to eat.
The popcorn can't be beat. The sparkling drinks are just dandy. The chocolate bars and the candy. So let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.
Your dungeon master has placed you in a dreadfully precarious position. You're playing the most phenomenal game ever created. Your skin grows cold from your first glimpse of the enormous beast. It's a product of your imagination. Survival depends on a quick, decisive move. Your choices are limited. Stand and fight, or run. Use your lightning bolt. Victory is yours.
Win the treasure.
TSR Hobbies, Dungeons & Dragons games. Products of your imagination.
Challenge your imagination to come alive and to battle with the creatures of Dungeons & Dragons. Grapple against the forces of evil as a Marvel Comics superhero. Hunt adventure and glory as Indiana Jones. The all-new role-playing games of TSR and Dungeons & Dragons. Unleash the power of your imagination.
You
are the player, and the arcade is the arena. You focus your mind and propel yourself into a universe where you're the master of your destiny for as long as you can keep the trip going. This is the arcade experience. We're ColecoVision. We bring the arcade experience home with games like Donkey Kong with multiple screens, arcade controls, and arcade graphics that let you have the arcade experience at home because your vision is our vision. ColecoVision.
Open the world of advanced Dungeons and Dragons action figures. Strongheart, Bronze Dragon, Morduk, Nightmare. Discover a world of mystery and magic.
Stand back, Strongheart. You shall never have this treasure.
Evil is no match for good until he meets again.
Advanced Dungeons and Dragons action figures from LJN. Pure magic.
In the eerie world of deep, dark dungeons, mystery and magic seem real. There's good against evil with Advanced Dungeons and Dragons action figures. War Duke, Kellic, Strongheart, and Bronze Dragon, each sold separately.
Beware, Strongheart. You will cast an evil spell and steal the treasure. Fool! Evil is no match for good. The treasure is safe.
Advanced Dungeons and Dragons action figures, Kellic, War Duke, Bronze Dragon, Strongheart, each sold separately from LJN.
Now, Bobby! Let's go! Wow!
Thanks, Bobby! No sweat, Diana.
Your time has run out.
Come on! We've got to find Dungeon Master!
Give me your weapons.
All right! Quickly now! Pupils! Hurry!
All right, we're back. We're back. Hopefully people got snacks. I did. Restocked on beer. Dan's always surprised when I drink.
And we made it past the first encounter.
That's right. You've technically almost breached the Citadel. Yeah, you're at the Citadel by the sea. So that's good job. Good job. Excellent. So
And we have our boss fight right off the bat.
right. And from a pure numbers perspective, orcs 3 killed, 1 elf. That's not too bad.
Bunch of seasoned grognards here.
So, with that said, what do you all do? You have 3 dead orcs that you've slain, and you're standing in the entranceway, and you see this corridor goes about 100 feet towards the east, which is going towards the water. Well, sort of.
Well, do we see the? I know that we didn't see. I'm not metagaming, but I'm asking. Do we see the murder holes that Pinches?
Nope,
saw?
not from where you're at.
Okay.
Nope.
All right. Well, I as Prodigal do a quick search of the orcs to see if there's anything of use or value, keys, scrolls, anything of the like.
What do you?
Gruff is gonna take a couple sips of the potion of extra healing. He'll take 2 doses out of it.
Okay, so that's 2 out of the 3. So roll 2d8.
A 7 and a 4.
Especially alcohol. If there's some alcohol on these orc bodies, that would be like a big plus.
Nothing on the orcs other than they have arrows.
They had some arrows. They have a short bow and
scimitar.
And a scimitar.
Scimitar.
By the
okay,
way,
fair enough.
Vandamel is
So
going to
Goth-
sit down and get out his quill and his parchment, and he's going to start writing a heroic poem about his combat. And studiously avoids the mentioning of him running away from it at first.
Go ahead.
Gothy in dramatic fashion is going to present the sword. It's a short sword +1 to one of the fighters if they need it. If they can, if they dare wield a +1 short sword, prickly. If anyone needs that. He also had a wooden shield, but of course he couldn't use it. But he has that in case the druid may want it.
She's good with what she has. She
I'll take the shield if the
yeah,
druid
she
doesn't
has
want
one
it.
with an oak. She's. Thank you, Gothy. I know this meant so much.
That'll give me a little +1 on my AC.
It's always sad when someone so old doesn't get back to where we came from.
Mm-hmm.
I do raise a prayer to Coralon Larithian while raising my talisman of Blue Quarter Moon for our departed brother Pinches.
To Pinches.
To Pinches.
And Gothy steps up and speaks up and says, "The Dark Queen takes his heart. He belongs with her, as
And
I
then
do."
I pray ever louder in hopes of divine intervention that perhaps his soul can come back to the mortal realm for Coralon to fight the forces of this darkness.
That would take quite a roll.
That's right. That would take a.
Go ahead, roll percentile, but let's.
All right, I'll roll
see what
percentile.
happens. Got
Nope.
it.
52.
Okay,
52.
so lightning. No, never mind.
You speak into the void and nothing returns.
The wind. It just.
I did care, and hope that at least Coralon recognizes our will against the darkest.
It was a nice gesture.
Yes.
Okay, so what are you gonna do? So you're outside the walls.
Peeking very quickly around the corner where the path that James said was. Is it the only path in?
It is that you can tell. Yes, you'd have to go around the corner to the south to see if there's anything else. But yes, as far as you see, that is the only entranceway, other than, of course, going up the tree, like Pinches did, which is not an entranceway, but it was a way on top.
All right, well, so this looks like some sort of funnel, a trap, and so Gothy will suggest that two of our fighters, perhaps Gruff and the now brave Prince, her brother,
The most brave.
each drink a half of the polymorph self potion that she has, turn themselves into the orcs, and they take us as guards, or they take us as prisoners through, and then we'll see what happens once we get inside. But, so basically, she has a potion of polymorph self. It could probably be split into two. That would give two of us the advantage of looking like orcs.
And we do like a fake rope on all of the rest of our wrists, like you have us in a chain gang.
Yeah.
They did probably hear those orcs call out that there were prisoners, not prisoners, but somebody outside, intruders.
Yeah.
So they heard a call for intruders. If they can polymorph into the visage of those such orcs that we slayed, it could maybe work.
What were the orcs armed with?
Scimitars and bows.
And we can take those, and you can hold them as you escort us in.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Although I'm not really smart enough to suggest that.
I am. So we should.
Okay. With some disgust, the prince will pick up one of their scimitars and sheathe his own beautiful blade rather longingly.
And does anyone have rope that we can, or did the orcs have rope? Did they actually have rope? Or they could have taken the rope from us?
Pinches did.
Yeah. Gruff has a rope too if we need it.
Yeah.
All right, yeah.
Prince does
so
as
it
well.
could be assumed they stole the rope from the dead bodies of or from us, who are obviously weaker. So is everyone in favor of this plan, or should we do a little more investigating to see if there's another way in?
And then she's got one more thing up her sleeve besides her spider tattoo, and that is a scroll with web. So I say we web them and burn them. One of the orc guards, quote unquote guards, has a torch, a scimitar. Get them together, try to web them as best we can, and then we'll move on, see how far we can get. So that's what she can do.
Is any other ideas, differing opinions of how we should approach?
Not really.
I think this is reasonable. Reasonable plan.
Although, why do you want to burn off your web spell?
Well, if necessary, we should only burn it off if there's a target that is sufficient.
Okay.
Right. Yeah, so if there's like only 1 or 2 orcs, okay, no big deal. If there's like 30 of them, well, we better use it.
All right, side.
Yes. I believe we are trying to safely get through this corridor with the fear that because it's a funnel, there might be prepared persons. So if they think that we're orcs, they may allow us in for further investigation, especially if they think we're prisoners.
Before we head down that way, I am going to elf that area and see if I can find any secret doors around it.
A good idea. Yes, please do so, Great Chief. And I will also look in the area indicated by Dan, where he said there might be a small place to look around that we haven't seen, and see if also there is anything we've missed. And
to go along with that, Gothy is going to send in Warts, her familiar toad, to get a wide angle view.
Okay.
Actually, can she put can she on some tiptoes maybe get Warts up on top of the wall to get a wide angle view?
Small segue, guys. I was just watching the episode with the toad familiar today.
Wow, very nice. Yeah, I think she's 5'2", so.
4'2". So so if I stand on someone's shoulders and then they push me up, she could barely reach the top.
I'll help you, sister.
Well, there's a tree. Do toads climb? They jump. They hop.
They do hop a lot.
They hop a lot. So there's a tree where Pinchas fell. Or you could try to toss.
I will also let you know, even though you're not very familiar with the polymorph self, because I don't know how many times you've actually seen it, you would know that you transform and all your stuff is still on you. It doesn't change. You'd have to. So in the case of the prince, he would have to strip all his other stuff off, or else he'd have the weapons and armor of an elf with an orc face. Just kind of FYI.
Right. Yeah. So we would want to execute and finish the disguise as best we could. So, yeah, if the prince could lower his haughty self down to the lowly orc and put its clothes on.
Oh, he thoroughly balks. It stinks. Why would I remove my armor and wear those things?
It's for the glory of Corlon the Rithian, my highness. To vanquish these disgusting foes, we must do the...
I thought you wanted to change your clothes.
The indignity of it all.
Here, have some wine.
So instead of using the toad on top of the wall, that might be too much of a task. She'll just send the toad down the corridor first. And I know they have to be within, 120 feet?
Something like that, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Or to where, and then she can still, see through its eyes.
Yeah. So that almost gets down to the edge of the corridor. You mean you're guessing as it's, again, the ceiling above it is slightly collapsed. There's obviously light protruding through because the ceilings have been damaged. But you surmise that this corridor, before it bends, is more than 120 feet.
Mm.
I just want to mention, guys, we haven't circled around the whole Citadel structure. there could be another way in. No.
Possibly, but how much time do we want to burn up looking for it?
All right, fair enough. Well, we have a plan, so let's go.
All right, so someone explain to us the plan, just so we understand it.
All right. So I think two of our fighters are going to disguise themselves with the clothing and the polymorph self. One of them is going to be carrying a torch, a lit torch. The rest of us are going to be loosely tied, sort of Chewbacca style, and being led down the corridor. The Toad is going to be up ahead, trying to gather any information, and Gothy's going to try to discern that information and whisper it as we move through. Hopefully we get into the open room, and there are a lot of orcs there that might be interested in us. She's going to web them, and we're going to burn them.
What type of armor were these creatures, or were the orcs wearing?
They were, let me say, two orc.
They're wearing
whatever.
They're wearing leather.
Yeah. Were they wearing
Well,
cloaks?
that's not going to change Gruff's armor.
Did I spell his name wrong? Sorry.
No.
Yeah. Okay.
Were they wearing cloaks or anything of that sort?
No, just leather armor.
Can we haven't looked up top yet, right? We haven't looked above the wall. We can't climb up on the wall.
Well, there's a tree. I don't think you need to be a thief to climb a tree.
No, you don't need to be a thief to climb a tree, but you can't climb a wall. Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Should we at least take a peek up the tree?
I think it's a good idea.
All right. Yeah, and then we'll do that and keep the Toad. Then we'll have the Toad up there so that Gothy can also get eyes.
Well, my agility, if it were to be numerically described, would be a 12 out of 18. Is there another amongst us who feels perhaps more agile in that regard?
Gothy has a 15, so she'll do it then. I mean, that tree treated her boyfriend so well, so let's see what happens to her.
Perhaps she.
Okay. Well, yeah. I mean, we're going to. It'll just be a dex check basically to climb up there.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah, let's go for it. She'll do that. She'll have the Toad in her pouch or somewhere.
Gruff,
wherever he normally rides.
Gruff, if she's gonna fall, Gruff will try and catch her.
Yeah, she weighs 70 pounds, so she might come down like a feather.
Yeah.
Yeah, rolled a 10.
Yeah, no problem. So you climb up. You're on the tree. I mean, it doesn't extend too far above the thing, so you're at the wall level, and you kind of see, similar to what Pinchas saw. There's a room, the remnants of a room that's right next to you. There's an entrance to the in this case the north, where the corridor that protects the corridor that goes into the Citadel. There's an entrance to the east out of this room, which enters into a courtyard, and that's basically what you can see.
All right. What's in the room directly below me? She probably can't see. She'd have to get up on the wall.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So any movement?
Not that you see.
And and also just to let you know, when you get up to that corner there, you notice that there's like a bag, because I think somebody also said they were searching along the wall. You find a bag of material, like clothes and just random items, and some of the clothes has blood splattered all over it. And when Cromard sees that, you can tell he gets very worried, and Cromard is saying, I don't want to go in there. I don't know what's happened, but this is terrible. I don't know where I must go search for Cephas. I can't go in there.
You must stay with us, sir. We are getting to the bottom of this, and things look awry.
Indeed.
Why would I stay? Why? Under what authority?
We have promised the villagers that we would solve the curse, and you are the main culprit. We must clear your name, so you must stay with us.
And indeed, it is your men who have been taken by these creatures. Do you not wish to know their fate?
And how did they spring forth spontaneously within a moment of the day of your investigations in such number?
Taken where? Taken where? You've said that you see nothing. There's nothing here. There's just orcs. There's nothing here. I mean, where would they be taken? Down below? I mean, maybe perhaps down.
Orcs is a good enough reason to investigate.
Not for me. I mean, unless they've been taken down below, I don't know where they would be. I mean, that's the only thing I can think of, and I'm certainly not interested in going down there anymore.
Have you been inside the Citadel?
Well, no, but I mean,
again anymore. So therefore, he has.
Well, I mean, maybe I use my words loosely, perhaps. I'm a little frightened and nervous, so I'm not speaking as carefully as I should have. So no, but I mean, of course, everybody knows that there was a level built below this, of course. I mean, that's common knowledge. The humans built it long ago, and I feel quite confident I knew where the opening was. We were this close to finding it, I tell you, this close to find.
And what did you find? What did you find when you went
I didn't
down
go down there. I haven't found the opening yet, but I tell you, we were this close to finding the opening. Yeah, that's.
So when you found the opening, what
We're
happened?
this close to finding the opening. I didn't find the opening. I mean, you're putting words in my mouth. Elves often do that. Trickery. We're just. Why did you go down there? I didn't go down there.
See why the orcs call them the tricksters.
The prince is running.
All I know is for someone who doesn't know anything, you know there's a second level in an opening.
Everybody knows that. Everybody knows that. I mean, that's common knowledge. That the history books tell us that the humans built. They dug below. They built a ground floor underneath, an underground story underneath. Yes, of course, and everybody knows that we were very close to finding it. I know. I feel quite confident. I know where it is. I have a deal for you. I will tell you where I think it was, and then I will go on my way.
Well, let us. I think you're half getting it. I think let us talk hypotheticals then, Sir Sage. If you would like to speak about what could have been found if you were searching, then that would put a good word on you when it comes time to pass judgment to the villagers.
I already have tenure. I don't need this.
He's told us many times. They're looking for pottery. He's a pottery purveyor.
Yes.
Why are you badgering him?
Oh, well,
Thank you.
That's fine. That's fine.
That's Misty.
Is this Misty
right.
speaking to me? Yes. That is fine, Misty. We will leave it up to this point and continue with our plan. Let us be known that at this moment he did not wish to divulge hypothetical information for when the time.
Dear sir,
we were offering him an out, Misty, but if he doesn't want to take
there is no out.
How
can you? We cannot let you go out in the wild here. There's all kinds of.
No. He must come with us for sure.
Tell us where. We must know where the entrance is, so we can see where these fell creatures are coming from. They must be emerging from the underground.
If you allow me to leave, I'll tell you.
You cannot leave. You would not be safe.
Can I stand in the back?
Don't make me create water on you.
We will protect you in our greatest capacity.
We believed that there was an entrance on the far side. That way, east, in the room near the corner.
Always east.
That is what we understood, but we couldn't find it. Perhaps you can.
This adds another layer. Your Highness, we have additional information. We have a clear path inward that is obviously ridden with orcs, and we have a possible way in of secret nature. As elves, we have an advantage. Between the six of us, we could quote unquote elf the place out and perhaps find this passage that these
5.
humans could not.
Then very well. The answer seems obvious. We go the way they do not expect.
Are we in agreement, party?
Yes, it would be better to be cautious.
We can always come back and enact the secondary plan. But they will be expecting their guards back soon, so we should make haste.
Can Gothy put the frog or the warts on the wall and have it move along the wall safely?
Good call as a guard to notify us.
Well, safely is always an interesting term.
Yeah, there's really not much roof on this place, is there?
No, it's basically open.
Okay, so along the edge of the wall. So hopefully the toad will be safe enough. She's going to try it. She's going to put the toad on the wall and commune in that magic user way, and to tell the toad to follow along, keep looking inside, and that we are going to be heading to the east. However that might work and look between a toad and a young elf.
Okay. All right, so you're going to go around. You're going to basically circumnavigate the wall. So you'd be heading first south, and then you'd be heading east, correct?
In a stealthy manner as a party.
Yeah, you got it. And remember, the wall is 10 feet high, and there's nothing outside that you see. So you feel pretty confident that as long as you're not loud, you're not going to have much of an issue. You'll be fine. All right, so you're heading off?
Is any of them wearing anything beyond elfin chainmail?
Probably.
Yeah, I'm the hippiest.
Quick bio, guys. Please fill me in on 2 minutes.
So yeah, we'll have to. So we're going to change the plan. We're not going to do the polymorph and the web, and we're just going to go. Yeah, quietly
skirt around the outside of the wall until the sage takes us to where he thinks the door is.
Okay, that's the plan. All right. So off you go, and you head south, and then you start heading east, and you traverse the entire southern portion, which is probably like about 150 feet, and then you come to what would be the southeast corner. And what you notice when you peek around the southeast corner, and certainly, right, because the magic user can see with the toad, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So the toad, what you see then, Gothy, is you see that halfway up the wall, well, not halfway up the wall, half the distance toward the northeastern part of the Citadel, it then comes right up to the cliff. So in other words, you could walk up about 50 feet, and then you will come to the cliff, and the wall comes right along the cliff. So you're going to stop before you hit the northeast corner. And Cromart has told you that the location where they thought the entrance was the room right before the northeast corner. And what your toad also notices that standing in basically the area right above where he believes the opening is your toad sees a lone orc, like basically a guard, standing not on the wall, but standing on something almost like there were steps going up to the wall and looking out to the east. Doesn't notice you because you're just peeking around the corner, and obviously you're seeing it with your toad.
All right, so I will quietly relay that information, what she sees through Warts' eyes.
I just have a suggestion. This might not be the best idea, but if the orc is standing in a high place, I do have a scroll of command. I could point in a direction of the farthest drop and tell it to jump. Otherwise, we could hit with missiles. I mean, is it approachable with melee?
No, you would have to be on the wall. The wall literally hugs the.
All right. So it's standing 10 feet up on a wall above the cliffside onto the sea.
Correct. Yeah.
All right. So that's one idea. Otherwise, it's going to go in and report our presence.
Yeah, I like that idea. Actually, you could tell them to fly even.
Oh, yeah, indeed. So I'm privy to that. If others object, let us know. Otherwise, we could do that, and then we'll have a carte blanche to check an elf the area and possibly find this concealed.
Now we've got to get up over the wall into that room, though.
Not to do the command, but to search, right?
Right. So most likely the.
Well, let me understand this. Didn't the sage say that there was a portal outside the wall? We're just
inside. Now there is right before the cliff, about 50 feet to the north, is another tree. So you wouldn't need a thief to get up on that wall.
Okay, so there is a way for us to climb and get onto the wall.
Yeah, and you would also know the great power that is the prodigal, that you need to be within 10 yards of the orc to expel your command.
All right, and what is the closest groundward approach to the orc? Is it within 10 yards?
Yeah,
it's further. Okay, so we would have to at least climb the tree and get on the wall to get close enough to even do the command. All right. Well, if it is up to the party, I will take it upon myself to attempt it. I will run up on that wall and try to cast the command. Of course, you will lose your cleric if I fail.
Those things happen.
Well, before you do that,
perhaps there's a better idea, is what I'm trying to say.
So they're here, right?
Correct.
Go off.
And they're gonna run. He's gonna run this way.
Climb that tree and run.
And run past these guys and that guy.
Oh yeah. So the toad would have seen. So more information on the toad. The toad also.
Oh yeah, I did take a bio. Did I miss
so
something?
the toad. No, you did not.
Just a dragon in the room between you and the orc, but besides that, nothing.
Yes. An adult.
You also saw that. So let me tell you what the toad saw. So the toad saw a first room that was empty, a second room which starts right where the cliff starts, and in that room noticed looks like an orc sleeping in a cot with two rats.
So how is it looking into rooms? It's ruined, so it's basically there's no roof. He's up on the wall and he's kind of creeping around and he's looking through the non-roofed ruins and he's seeing
that's
things.
right.
Exactly right.
All right.
And notices it looks like an orc in black plate mail sleeping on a cot with two rats attached to chains attached to a bed to the cot, and two more of those creatures that you killed out in front of the Citadel, but they are looking inward toward the Citadel, almost like they're guarding that entranceway. And then you notice, and then the orc standing up there. And I don't know if you're sending the toad all the way down to that room or not.
All right. So just to clarify, I just want to reiterate, guys. The toad's moving along the wall. My understanding is there is at least one room with a sleeping orc on a cot.
Right.
And
there's an empty room.
Correct.
as well.
The first one is empty.
The first one is empty. The second one has the orc on a cot, and the two other creatures are in the same room with the sleeping orc facing the similar
Correct.
direction.
Inward. Yep.
Okay. And then the guard, quote unquote guard, is standing on the wall further from the second room.
Well, it looks like not quite on the wall. So his knees, you see him knees up. So it looks like he's standing on either a ledge or stairs that go up to the wall.
Okay, but beyond the second room.
Correct.
Okay, and the toad, of course, cannot get too close because at that point the guard would see the toad.
Possibly.
All right.
We're under attack.
Okay.
Toads.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's always a brass dragon with the toads.
That's true. It's right.
Is the tree located across from the empty room?
It is at the far side of the empty room.
Yes.
Correct. Right where the cliff starts.
All right. Oh, okay. So if one were to walk on the ground outside of the Citadel, past the tree, you'd fall into
pretty
the
quickly. There's a little bit of room, maybe about 3 feet.
Yeah, a little bit, quite a bit of ledge. Okay, and just to nail this down, the sage says that the quote-unquote concealed entrance is on the other side of the wall.
Exactly, roughly where it looks like that guard.
I just sent you a copy of what you're seeing, basically.
All right. Well, I saw that for
you have to go to your chat.
It'll be in your gallery.
Gallery.
Just your chat. Go click on your chat.
Gotcha. Got it. Okay. So I see the little tree. I see the cliff.
So the 11 is the empty room. 12 has the sleeping creature and the 2 creatures guarding you.
Okay. And that is way off the cliff there. Okay. And so supposedly there's a concealed room
farther to the north, which is to the right, to the left of 12.
Oh, okay, but outside?
No, it's inside the wall.
Inside. Okay, so it's got to be past
right.
12. So, where are the 2 creatures that are awake but facing?
They're in the opening of 12. Correct.
Are any of them in the hallway, like facing the hallway, or are they like facing the wall?
No, they're facing out to this. The big area underneath is the courtyard. That's a huge courtyard.
Ah, so they're actually looking.
Yeah, you see their backs.
Okay. Well, everyone, my only suggestion is we could pop into the empty room.
Yes.
Which is number 11.
As far as you can tell, 11 is empty.
And the guard is in
12.
10.
12.
So he would probably see. Oh,
10.
Okay. Oh, the sleepers are in 10.
The guard is somewhat.
Yeah, 10 is also 10 is technically empty as well.
Yes. So we have
10
or 11. My recommendation would be 11. Oh, does the frog see anything else in the room? Is it just an empty?
Yeah, sure. So the very first room at the corner where you're at, he sees a table and some chairs, and on the table is a bunch of shards of pottery, and there's actually also leaning against the wall is a spear with a red tip, and in the next room is a cot, and just looks like some clothes, and that's it.
All right. Well, room 10 is the most interesting because there's some kind of clue-worthy things. That's my recommendation. We might be able to find some information.
And just so, as you're talking, Chrome, I assume you're saying this to the other party members, right?
And I mentioned pottery in a like.
When Cromart is hearing you say this, and Cromart says, oh, well, I can tell you that ignore that spear. That spear is a model. It's a model that I made to help us identify the spear we were looking for. Oops.
Okay.
The pottery we were looking for.
These aren't the shards we're looking for.
These aren't the shards. Those aren't the shards you're looking for. And that's I don't know anything about that. So that's strange. Why is there a spear there?
Our friend Sir Sage, you have to come around our way. We are not here to chastise you or subjugate you. You can open up to us. The more the better. It will aid us as well as you. As it were, you have made a slip, and we will sort of pass that up. But tell us about this spear. It might be vitally important.
This is the guy that hit you, by the way.
Oh, don't hit me again! Oh, I'll tell you everything. Don't hit me again.
Yes. Indeed, yes.
This is the guy who assaulted you.
I'm an old man who.
Yes, thank you, James. That worked well. Let us know, and I hold my mace in a.
This is the guy when you try to run in terror, he attacked you from the rear. That's just a quick reminder of what's happened.
I'm just an old man with this strangely high amount of hit points. So okay. Yes, okay. Well,
That's what I thought was strange too. Smack the guy with the mace. And
I'm hardier.
Get
back. I'm hardier than I look. So okay, yes. And he starts. Oh,
harder than pinches. I'll just say that. I wish I had my laugh track. So,
yes,
yeah.
It is true.
More pinches.
I've not been entirely forthcoming with you. I'm sorry. Yes, I did slip up. So the research I was doing, I was not doing research for pottery, although I am actually quite fascinated with Orcish pottery.
Who wouldn't be?
But when I was searching for Orcish pottery information, I came upon information about Jarwar Avignon, which of course is famous for the spear, Alcarag, the famous elf killer spear.
Dun dun dun!
You know, it's reputedly. And when you hear that, you know this name. You know, you kind of get.
Oh my goodness! It's not. It's this.
So, is it safe to say this is within the mythology of our local times?
Yes, you would have heard legends of a famous spear that was wielded by orcs that was used to kill elves. And you know that when you hear that name. And he just keeps rambling on though, and he's a what?
Right. What is the sage's name? I forgot.
I'm Cromard. Cromard.
What? Cromard. So I understand the nature of this spear as far as the myth. Why were you making a model of it?
Well, you know, you want to sort of be able to make sure that your workers can identify it when they see it and not just toss it aside, you know, as something valuable. So what I did was, based upon my research, which was quite extensive, I identified what I felt was probably the attributes of this spear, and I made this model. Also, I must tell you, in part for inspiration. You know, workers now, it's very hard to get good workers. So what you need to do sometimes is you give them a model and you say, this is what you're looking for, men, and they get very excited.
Fair enough. Why were you looking for the spear?
Well, the spear is, of course, like I said, I collect orcish stuff, like pottery, weapons, you know. Who doesn't? You know?
Enough for now, Sage. Your Highness, how do you feel we should proceed?
Room 10 seems like the most interesting place to go. Therefore, I say we go there. Let's go in there.
Okay, now, to do room 10, the tree is in front of room 11. So you...
Which is close to room 12, which is where the orc is.
The orc and the other creatures. That's right.
Yeah. So maybe we have to do this sort of thing where we climb up the tree one at a time. We carefully watch within the tree to where the orc turns away, and then one of us goes in. And then we do that over and over.
Well, the orc appears to be sleeping, from what the toad told you.
The guard orc? The one.
Oh, no. That one's, he's awake. He's staring out into the sea. Correct.
And, yeah, he's staring out into the sea, yes. But he may look over from time to time, so we have to take advantage of him when he's not looking in our direction. So if we carefully go one at a time, we can not be seen by the looker, essentially, and get into room 10.
We could, maybe one person can go up the tree and drop into room 10 and throw a rope over. Then we can just go straight into room 10.
And plus that would help the people who have low dexterities.
If it's easier to do it by rope than to climb the tree, then I agree.
So climb the tree, tie the rope to the tree, and then throw the rope over the wall and rappel down.
Fair enough. Again, I believe, was it Misty who had the dexterity that was greater than mine?
Gothy.
Yeah, 15.
Gothy. Would you take this task, Gothy?
Sure, she'll, so quietly as she can, wearing her, the old man's boots of elven kind, climb up the tree, and She fails with an 18.
All right.
Well, fortunately, it's only a couple feet, but she stumbles back down, and I'm going to give it a chance that someone heard a rustling out there. Not a big chance, but we'll see. Okay, everyone quiet for a second, and you don't hear anything beyond the sea breeze and the sound of some movement in the keep. Again, they're not trying to be quiet in there.
Try again, Gothy, I whisper.
All right, so she dusts herself off, and back up the tree she goes. Much better, a 4.
Okay, you're up. You're up on
Out
the
of
tree.
15.
You're up. You're by the wall.
And with her high intelligence, hopefully she knows how to tie a knot around a tree.
Oh yeah.
And then, and we're going to the room that we decided to go to, which I believe was room 10.
Mm-hmm.
So as long as that looks clear, so she's going to, will the rope reach that far, or she has to get into 11, then walk over to 10?
Yes,
Okay,
as
so
in you. Yeah, the rope will not reach to 10. You will have.
That's what I thought.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so she will rappel down to 11, make herself hidden in a corner, and wait for others.
Okay. So who's next?
Gruff will go next.
Okay, roll under your decks.
Two. So Gruff scrampers up the tree and down the rope.
Okay. No problems whatsoever. So you and Gothy are in the room 11.
I'll watch the doorway.
Who's next?
The cleric will take the rear, if that's okay.
Well,
then I guess His Highness will try.
All right, give it a roll. Oh, easily.
A 2.
Easily,
Hey.
you do the up and down, no problem. This is Misty. Misty has no problem either. And so the only one left is Cromar.
Oh boy.
And
and
Prodigal.
Prodigal. Sorry, yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
All right.
Cromar stumbles. He's like, oh!
Oh, brother.
Oh, daggone it. No, if he does it the second time, let's see if his stumbling and moaning. You all get silent again.
And Prodigal will make his roll. And
All
beat it
right,
with a
so
7.
you all are in room 11. You look around, there is a cot in the north, right? Correct?
Correct.
We will search the room.
Okay.
Briefly, check the cot. Is there anything else that stands out, kind of thing? Not a comprehensive search, but
Yep. You find there's some boxes, and you find in these boxes food rations in a small pouch. And in the small pouch, you see some dried animal dung. And you also find a vial full of blood and a small censer on a chain with an eye symbol engraved on it.
Does anybody recognize what the
Oh,
eye
yeah, you
symbol
know
might
what that
be?
is. Prodigal, you know what that is.
Yeah, that's...
Yes, that's the
Grumsh.
symbol of Grumsh. You would know.
Yeah.
All right, fair enough. Okay. That's Grumsh. Okay, so just orc stuff.
Not just orcs, not just orc stuff. You would know it's
Orc,
right.
cleric
This is
stuff.
some practitioner, devotee of Grumsh.
Okay, so we are in the room of perhaps that person. That may regard a closer search. I carefully look under the cot and around.
So you can tell that buried in the sand, because you look under the cot and you can tell there seems to be something underneath there, just buried just underneath, and you find 2 throwing daggers, which Cromar immediately identifies. He says, "Oh, fascinating. These are of orcish make." And he goes to grab the daggers, and then he says, "This is so sad. This was Cepheus's room, and orcs have taken over it and put strange things in here. Oh, poor Cepheus, what have they done with him?
I'm sure he'll be fine. Well, I'm sure we'll find him.
Oh, he slept in this cot. Oh, and they've come here and buried daggers. What a strange behavior. I'm not familiar with orcs doing such things. It's strange.
Well, they must have seen him as the leader, and the leader has taken over this.
Oh, no, say it's not true. Oh, they've taken Cepheus from this room.
Was it Cepheus' room?
This was the character that fled with the poison condition?
Yes, correct. Shh.
Is any of his stuff here?
Just his cot. That's what you said, right?
Yes. Yes. They've clearly taken his stuff and replaced it with orc things. Ah, terrible.
I'm gonna stuff the small pouch into my backpack.
And we will take the components also as well.
Well, that's what's in the pouch, the blood and the dung.
Yeah.
Yes, okay, very well.
And I'm going to be right back. I'm just going to go next door to get those pottery shards, okay? So I'll be right back.
Let us accompany you, Sir Sage, and let us do it carefully.
Okay, because that's the most important thing, is getting those shards.
Of course.
Why?
Is there anything in the courtyard? If we look into the courtyard, can we see any?
Okay, well,
anything?
It also, I whisper, it begs the question: why is getting the shards the most important thing, Sage?
Well, because this is this is the fruit of our labors. I mean, I know it's not Alcarg, but it's we might as well not leave any pottery behind.
Leave no shard behind.
Leave no shard behind. And Gruff asked a question. Gruff, just to let you know, you do see in the center, you see a very large open area in the Citadel ruins.
About 80 by 150 feet wide.
And you see what appears to be a broken statue. It's toppled over.
In the center.
And you also see what appears to be a ring. This is a ring about a 3 foot high stone ring. And you guys will get the sense, you know enough to know that it looks like maybe there was a cistern that it's housing, or did house.
Okay, so some kind of container.
Yeah, and you see a broken lid. What looks like a broken lid next to it.
And this is in the room that connects rooms
Yes,
10, 11,
10,
and
11, and 12 is the courtyard of the Citadel. Picture all the rooms surround this courtyard, and that's what the...
Surround the courtyard, indeed. Misty, do you want to carefully peek your head into the courtyard and see if there are any
animals
baddies in there?
That's what I care about.
Snakes?
Well, we hope there aren't animals. We're just wondering if there's enemies that we have to be aware of.
I could locate animals. I'm good at that.
When that is necessary, we'll call upon those powers. That would be
Why would I do that when clearly you have the Sir Orc Killer not do that? He's
okay. I was accolading your ability to be dexterous, but Gruff, you are a ranger. I think.
Well, I'm not. She's not very dexterous at all. She's just very attractive and wise.
Oh, okay. That must have been Gothy then.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Gothy. My apologies. I meant to speak to Gothy. Do you want to take a peek, or should we leave that to the ranger?
She'll use the toad. Get the toad.
Oh, fair enough.
And so the toad will actually, we're more interested in getting over to room 10, where the shards probably are.
I'm less interested in the shards and more interested in seeing what this spear is about, at least identifying what this sage thinks it should look like, because that seems to be his more closer to what his attention is on.
Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, and he thinks the secret room is in probably
No, it's
12
past 12.
or 10.
Going, if
Oh,
you
past
look,
12,
the
okay.
swing we sent you, it's to the left of 12.
Right. Okay.
And we may be able to even sneak completely by if we're careful.
Well, there's nothing in there. I don't think we saw any creatures in the
You haven't seen
courtyard.
it. Yeah, when you looked out in the courtyard, there's no creatures that you can tell.
Maybe we can. This is a little far out, but maybe we could have the toad go across and be in a little corner and looking into room 12. And whenever the beings inside room 12 are not looking, the toad could like blink or something, and that would be like the cue to like run over. We could do that like one at a time, and maybe we can get by room 12 altogether once we've investigated room 10. Just an idea.
How many did we say were? How many was said was? How many of these creatures are in the next room?
3.
2 guards and a sleeping orc.
And chained rats.
Oh, that's right.
And
Oh, I missed the chained rats, guys. Sorry, that must have been when I walked away. There's chained rats.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe this is worth the web spell.
Like giant rats or standard?
They're bigger than they're rats of unusual size.
Rouses. Fair enough.
And as you guys are in room 11 talking, you notice an orc comes out of a room and heads in the courtyard and starts crossing the courtyard, heading toward toward the entranceway, that original entranceway, almost as if he's heading toward those 2 orcs.
Right.
And then so where's the toad? Is the toad where's the toad?
He was calling the toad back. I don't know if you could do that.
Yeah, how do you talk to your familiar? Can you talk? We've had this conversation on GROGTALK.
I don't know what the
I think
rules
there's
are with,
some
mental
telepathy. I thought we allowed them.
We're good, yeah, because I don't think it.
Sure.
And so is someone? So when you see this guy cross through the courtyard area, is someone gonna try to continue to watch and see what's going on? Okay, like peeking around the corner. Okay. So you notice then he comes walking back pretty briskly, and he seems to head to the room 12. And you hear orcs talking, and you hear one orc saying, "Grub and Grib are not at their posts. Wake, father. And you hear another voice say, he's taking his nap. No, Missy needs to know about this. There was a call about intruders." All right. Saying, what is it? Oh, the guards, they're not there. Well, all right, well, assemble the men.
Let's take care of these guys. That's my recommendation. If I've heard any of this,
you're all hearing. I mean, they're not trying to be quiet.
Yeah, all right, gather the men. And they're calling.
I whisper, let's run in now and take care of these guys.
Can we cast the web? Can we boost?
Great idea. Run over, cast the web. We'll take care of these guys.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Can we get them from above?
So that's what she'll do. She'll climb back up the rope, get over on the wall to 12. Hopefully the guard doesn't see her before she can get the scroll read, and she'll web that room.
So again, it's going to be a surprise, and then an initiative based on if there's no surprise. So roll it. So I'm going to say, who was in the box before? Randall, you were in the box?
I think it
was
was
Gruff.
Gruff.
Yeah, okay. So Gruff, I'm going to let Brian roll for Gothy, the surprise, since she's the only one doing it. What are the rest of you going to do?
I'm going to wait right in the corridor of 11, which I believe is where we're in, with mace drawn for a call from the one casting the web spell, so we can rush in there.
Okay, and Prince, what are you going to do?
Same. with a sword drawn and with a
and
shield
Gruff?
ready.
Also shield
Yeah.
ready. Sorry.
Yeah, I'll do
All
the
right,
same
and
as well.
Misty will be prepared with her scimitar. Don't see any reason for it. Not the time to predict weather. So Gothy, you roll a d6 for surprise.
All right.
Okay, so
4.
they are surprised for one segment. So that allows you to. So what's the spell time for web? I gotta just look that up.
I think it's 3 segments,
Okay.
but I'm not certain.
I think you're right.
And their focus should be on her while she's casting, I imagine.
It's 2 segments. So your web will go off right at the beginning of the initiative. So it's initiative time. You hear them say, "Look up there." That's all you heard. So it's initiative. So Gruff, after hearing that, what do you do?
I'm gonna start running over to the entrance
Okay.
way.
You're going to move towards 12.
Yeah, I'm assuming there's no creatures or orcs out
That-
in the courtyard area. So they
Well, the only one that's sort of outside is the guy who's talking to the 2 guards who was talking to the boss, who's going to talk to the boss.
Rush him.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
gonna charge him.
Not while the web spell's being thrown.
Well, I'm not gonna go inside the room. I'm just gonna run up, and if part of him is sticking out
Yeah.
of the doorway, that's the
Okay,
part I'm gonna
and
hit.
obviously Gothy's going to finish her spell. Prodigal, what are you going to do now? Now that you heard them,
I just want to notice, is Gruff still wielding his battle
beliefs.
axe?
I don't know. As
Yes. Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm going to be rushing right behind him, but maybe not necessarily to charge, but to get beyond that creature so that I can attack from the
okay.
other flank.
Well, that's again. That's you're going to have to charge. If you don't charge, you're just moving.
I don't want to charge. I'm not charging because, well, it's so hard because I'm thinking space required. But if we're going to throw out the window and you allow a charge,
Yeah.
I will also.
Yeah. Well, it all depends what happens. I mean, that's what you have to because you don't know what's going to happen. You see a creature out there. You're both charging towards it. That's basically.
Yeah, I know that I have a mace though, so like in a situation where he's got a battle axe and I have a mace and we both charge at the same time, we're going to nullify each other's attacks. But if I can get past, if that's not a rule right now, then I'll go ahead.
No, you both can charge. You both can charge, but it'll be based on the weapon length. So his Gruff will go first, then you go second, assuming. But the guard, if he has fists, then you guys will go first. If you attack the guy who came up and he has a scimitar, well, that'll be longer than yours, but shorter than Gruff, basically.
Fair enough. Okay, cool. So,
and
yes,
Prince, what are you doing?
Thank you.
He's going to move up to where he is close to his sister. So if they win initiative and try to rush her, he's in position to cut them off. But he's trying to stay out of the web spell as she's casting
she is up on the wall. You are down. You'd have to climb the rope to get to her.
Oh, okay. I misunderstood that.
Right,
So
correct, Brian. You went up to the
follow
thing to
in
cast the spell.
Right. Yes.
Okay. So he'll follow in with the other fighting types to be ready to. He's going to stay out of the webbing area, but he's going to move in so he's in position to where he can attack anything.
All right, sounds
that's
good. So it is initiative. 4. Gruff, you go.
Come on, Gruff.
Okay.
2.
So here's what I'm gonna rule.
Yeah.
The first segment, the web goes off because Gothy had started it 2 segments before. So I'm going to give them a +2 to their save because they got 2 things on the initiative. That's how I'm going to rule this. That it's just going to give them an advantage to their save. That they're going to see her doing something and they're going to just figure out something. So
some might
some may. Well, the ones who are definitely not going to slip out is the old guy and the rats. They're not going anywhere because they're
They're in.
this.
I assume, and I should. I mean, how are you casting the web, Gothy?
With drama.
Right.
Well, so the Dark Queen from below rains her hellfire power down from above and casts the spell in the entire room, hopefully catching those that even the guards. And I believe the save is, if they do save, then they move at half.
That is correct. That a version of that will happen depending on how close they are. Blah 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 blah. So, so you can, with your thing, it's 8 cubic inches. So you could do 40 by 20 by 10. So that's basically the entire room you're going to be able to do at 10 foot deep.
Yes.
All right. So I'm going to give the strength of the two guys, the two guards. One fails, the other fails, and the guy who came to talk to them. So they're all trapped in the web, in the corridor.
Okay. Awesome. Very good.
So, and again, what you do notice is that they're definitely they are trying to get out. All right, so you see so the rest of you are running, and you see a stream of webs shoot out of the above and cover the entranceway, and there are 2 creatures there. So, what are you all doing? So the Gruff, you are first. You were in the box.
We still have charge from the last.
Yeah,
round.
This is the same round. The only reason she went first is because she was casting the spell and the surprise.
Okay, that came out on the
So
first.
that just shot first. Now we're back in normal initiative order. Gruff, you're the first to act because you're in the box.
Yeah, so Gruff is swinging Bear Claw at the whichever guard is there.
You can make your attack. You're at +2 because they're basically helpless.
Weren't we both charging the guy on the outside while that was happening? This is
Yes.
all the same round, right?
You're actually +4. Excuse me, not +2 for charging, +2 because they're stuck in the webs.
Wow, it even got that guy. Cool.
Hit AC 7.
AC 7. Okay, well, it's pretty terrible. I think you're gonna miss, but I have to check.
Which one is it?
This is the guards for the guy.
Yeah.
Yes.
He's wearing better than
you
leather.
missed that. These 2 guards look like the same guy who was outside.
Oh, big guys. They're different.
He didn't get stuck. Did he?
They're all
stuck in the
yeah.
web too. Okay, good.
Yeah, even the guy
Correct.
that came up reported.
Okay, so but you did miss. Unfortunately, that's too far a miss. All right, Gothy went. Prodigal, you're next.
All right, rolling. I rolled a 19 plus 3,
That's a hit.
with the charge.
Woo.
All right, so that's going to be that against small medium is a D6 plus 2 because of magic. That's going to be a total of 7.
That's good. That's good. You clearly him being stuck in webs helps you smash his face.
The boozer is boozing.
7, you said? Okay. All right, and then Prince, you've moved up as well, so you're behind them now, and so next round you can attack. You're holding kind of.
Okay.
And Misty has moved up next to you, keeping an eye on you because she hates your guts. So.
Very good.
And they are not doing anything at this point because they are. You hear the rats screaming in the back, trying to get out. And okay. So,
do we still have that lit torch?
We never lit it.
We never lit it.
Oh, okay. Just check.
Gothy's getting ready to get out her tinder and see if she can spark something.
All right. So basically, I think we should just make a roll if anyone heard this commotion of fighting and everything to see if anyone else comes. What kind of percentage do you think we should give? Based on.
It's kind of far.
Well, you're all. There's a guy here, right? There's a guy here. So I'm going to say 100 minus 10% for each guy that's 10 feet away. So this guy's pretty close. Oh, yeah, he is. This guy is the guy who went over here, right? Is that the guy who went over here?
Right there.
Yeah, so he's over there.
Yeah, correct.
So he's stuck over there. And then there's these two, right?
Correct.
One didn't hear it.
No.
And then these guys, yeah. All right, so these two here. Okay, so you hear from the north, you hear, hey, what's going on? We just heard a boom and a crack. Go check it out. What's going on? So you hear some voices coming towards you.
Hey, James, is speaking a free action?
Speaking is a free action, yeah.
All right. I believe Gothy is a magic user. I just want to ask out loud while we're in the midst of this interaction. How long can we expect this web to last?
I would say 140 minutes if it's cast at 7th level.
Fair.
Or created at 7th level.
Fair enough. So, do we see these others coming toward us?
You just heard the voices in Orcish.
Voices.
Hey, there's some sound coming from the boss, from the venerable one.
Ooh, the boss. Let's get him. Okay. Moving on. We declaring our actions?
Yeah, you're declaring action. So you struck one of the guards. There are two guards, and inside there is the guy who came and talked. He's inside the room because he was talking to the boss, quote unquote. The boss and the rats are in there. They're all trapped in the web, and you hit one of the guards.
All right. That I presume is the guy in front of me. If he's not downed, my declared action is to continue attacking.
Okay. Well, it's who is in the box? Gruff, you're in the box, right? Yeah, Gruff. So what are you doing? You struck. You and the prodigal are attacking the one guard.
Yeah, I'll keep attacking, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'll.
They're the only two that were standing at the door. That now the webs have subsumed them. Everyone else is in the room, and they're trapped. So you two are going to attack the one. The prince, I assume you're going to attack the other guy. Okay. Yeah. And Misty's just said, anything you can do, I can do better, and she's going to attack as well. Because you have a common thing, hatred of orcs. All right, so now it's initiative. Gruff. I rolled a 3.
I lost.
Oh, you lost. I'm sorry. So then it's on Gothy.
And she's lighting a torch.
Nice.
Yep.
That's her action.
Okay. So what you notice is, what did we say? This guy, one orc appears and charges at either Prince or Misty, right? And then the rest of them are going to show up next round. That would be fair.
All right.
Oh, this is getting thick.
So 1 to 3, it's Misty. 4 to 6, it's the Prince. He's going after Misty. He charges Misty. That's Misty's armor class. 8. I think he probably hits. Yes, he hits Misty. What is he using? A short sword? Scimitar, I think it is scimitar.
Yes.
They all use scimitars, right? Ooh. Major damage to Misty. 1 hit point.
God.
Oh, boy.
The trauma.
All right, but you hear a commotion behind him. There are... as you see the one come out, you're starting to see others behind him. Emerging from the room that Cromard, who is in the back, what is he saying?
You got another web spell?
That's a negative.
He's nervous.
Yeah, exactly.
He didn't say anything.
And okay, so
How many? When you say more appear, what's like the number?
you would guess there's less than more than 2, less than 7.
Okay, so there is a bunch.
You hear a number of voices. Let's get them! Here they come! Because when the guy charges, he's like, elves! And he attacks what's her face, Ashley, Ashley.
Hey, who had the torch?
So that's what Gothi's working on. So Gothy, you are.
Gothy, threaten with the torch.
You have the torch lit by the end of the round. That's not. You pull the tinderbox out. You strike it. I'm not going to make you roll to see if you do it. By the end of the round, you've got that going. No problem. So Prodigal, you can attack.
All right. And a standard attack with a +1.
Okay.
I miss.
The Prince, you're able to attack the other stuck, and you get a +2 to that attack.
Okay.
Oh.
Let's see, I rolled a base 13
you hit.
+4 is 17.
Yeah, you hit. No problem.
7 points of damage to him.
Misty will go, ooh, you actually can fight. She actually hits. Wow. That's pretty good. Yep.
With a scimitar?
Nice. Barely. Oh! She's like, anything you can do, I can do. So she skewers the one that you hit. So it's. Why don't you?
Still counts as mine.
You should only kill those intelligent enough to fight you, not innocent poor animals that've done nothing to you.
Yes, that they change.
And you can see as she stabs him, she says, "Prince, Prince, it's Prince." You channels her rage against you. So, all right. So I think that's all of you at this point, correct? So, Gruff. Yes, I'm sorry, Gruff. I apologize. Make your swing. That's a hit.
14.
And
points of damage.
with that, you were able to fell the other guard. He kind of, as he smother it in the blood, gets stuck in the webs. So, as you all have slain the only 2 that you can see, you turn around. And pouring out of the 2 passageways of the rooms that you were supposed to go to are a number of orcs. You see, and of course, Gothy is standing there with her torch. And at this point, I think this would be a good break for the next. We can do a next session where we would see what happens to the brave adventuring party. Will they
to complete this?
Will they survive?
I think we only got 5 minutes more. Shouldn't we just finish?
Is it 5 minutes? Yeah.
No, I don't know.
Well, when the troll comes out, the 2-headed troll, yeah, they have a cave troll. So again, we'll do this in another couple of weeks or a few weeks. We'll see who's available. Hopefully the same crew. If not, we'll have whoever can play. So again, thank you to our players for going through this. Hope you enjoyed this session. And we will, for Grog Talk, I'm James.
And I'm Dan.
And we'll see you next time on Grog Talk. Take care. Thank you, guys, and we'll see you soon.
Grog Talk was taped in front of a live studio audience.
We don't got no dragonborn in Hamlet. A dwarven magic use you won't see. Clerics must have deities to worship, as written in the holy DMG. We like delving dungeons and loot. Every orc is evil through and through, and we don't stay our hands and spare their children. like the 5e hippies in the game stores do. And I'm proud to be a first edition Grognon, living by the dice and Gare's decrees. But we fear only level drain and poison, and DM smiling wide behind the screen. We don't play heroes with long backstories. We fight for our lives to get XP, and there's nothing better than tell the glory of that one time we survived to level 3. And I'm proud to be a first edition Grognon, living by the dice and Gare's decrees. We fear only level drain and poison, and DM smiling wide behind the screen, and DM smiling wide behind the screen. We love first edition.